Episode 30, man.
Episode 30, man. Y'all go get this podcast, man. It
Y'all
ain't the
gonna get it.
hey man, we here. You already know what it is. We kind of late, but we still here. Appreciate everybody for being here. Who we got today, man?
Man, Damo Guapo, man.
I'm Big Cat. Yeah, man. That's Guaps.
Who shot you, man?
Show shadowy in the building. Episode 30, man. We got a couple different great topics. We're gonna get straight into it. Some things I missed, I kind of want to address before y'all just skim over that shit. So
Young
yeah,
Black
Young
Kings,
Black
Young
Kings. I'm
Black
sorry,
Kings.
Young Black Kings. Good thing it didn't sound like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I want to start with D Show and Dylan.
Okay, man.
Um, I think that they had a great back and forth. I think that D Show was like, "It's my first time here. Let me show you something." I think Dylan definitely didn't go like that, but I'm gonna have to get this one to D Show. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
I
like a
mean,
different level of pressure.
yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't really calling no winners. I just was like, yeah, I just like the
It's an
battle.
overall good battle. Yeah, overall
yeah,
good battle.
yeah. D
Um,
show, D show definitely came in his debut with a point to prove, like we all do, and it was appreciated. I'm just simple plain, bro.
mhm, absolutely. He seemed hungry when he rapped. He rapped like he was hungry.
Of
I
course.
got I got that from the first two battles for sure.
And it's just from the camaraderie, the love. It's just the energy from the stage, bro. It's like
Yeah.
when you get down there and that atmosphere is just different, man. So shout out to Damo, man, for just putting that whole thing together and keeping it grounded the way he is and pushing, you know?
One thing I
Yeah,
really appreciate about the atmosphere is like like usually when you're the new guy, usually people are like, "Well, I just want to see what you're gonna do," and I
well,
feel
Facts.
like the difference.
in this case, he is the new guy on the stage, but in
But
that
yeah,
area,
yeah, Atlanta, he's
it,
well known
yeah, yeah,
Right.
because
spit
he
that
was a
heat.
part
So
of Spit
yeah,
That Heat, and like even when I dropped the flyer, everybody was like, Dylan gonna get smoked. Dylan gonna get smoked. So he is well known in the area.
facts.
Well, I'm just saying more of like the thing I appreciate about the league is more of usually when you go into a place for the first time and you're not sure of the environment, the people around you look at you like, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Compared
yeah.
to at the stage, it's more like, nah, I wanna like we wanna help you get through your material and you know what I'm saying, like get the best out of what you prepare for. Like that's
Ab-
how I feel
Absolutely.
the crowd is. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
crowd's not like
And once again,
judgmental
shout
in
out to Damo for that, man. Just setting the
absolutely
standard for the stage.
the
You know what I
the
mean?
environment that you've curated. Absolutely.
Facts.
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
It's like each one teach one type of thing. You
Now
know.
that's a fact. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed the battle. Battle of the year, looking like everybody saying
Are
that.
you sure that I wanted to ask you that too?
Yes.
Because if you wanted to say the last battle of the year, before this event, battle of the year was what battle?
KC keynote.
Casey and Keto.
Okay, so is this prisoner of the moment or is this
I mean, I asked
legit?
that question already. Nah, I watched it 5 more times.
Yeah. I watched that battle about 5, 6 times, and that battle has way more than what Keynote and KC has, bro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like Jay Skizzle said, the raps are better. I
Hmm.
think just because at the end of the day, this is battle rap, so the raps are definitely better. So
Okay, well let's converse about it then. That's time of your life, right?
yes,
All right. So do you think that anything that D Show said was better than time of your life?
you going in and out, man. I don't know what you
Yeah, I'm
got
about to say,
going on.
yeah, I was going to say that too.
Shoot. You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is there anything that D Show said that is a bigger or a better bar than time of your life?
I
I mean,
mean, no.
I'm not basing it off of one
Yeah.
bar though.
Yeah, no, no. But I will say this, though. Dylan G Word was up there.
As far as the moments, or you
Yeah,
just saying
moment,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, yeah. As far as the
But
moment,
I'm just
yes.
saying the back and forth. the two, it takes two people to make a classic. So
Right.
Absolutely.
both of the rapping was there. You know what I'm saying? I think what made the other battle so, what entertaining is that it has moments, but I can't say both rapping was the same. Like, no.
Yeah, yeah,
But that's what I'm
Cause
saying. So
cause
like the
Casey
battle.
first half of his round wasn't even, it was dry. He kinda, it just the second half of it, he kicked up so much, it was like it
yeah.
overshadowed the
Now let
first 3 minutes.
let me say this about D Show and Dylan versus KC and Keno. D Show and Dylan, we got to see that in the 3 round.
To really compare it.
Like, yeah, yeah, like that has to be a 3 round. That has to be a 3 round at some point. You know what I'm saying? The way that battle was, like, we got to see that in a 3 rounder. You know what I mean? Versus,
I'm
like,
also a person that I don't believe everything needs a sequel either.
I mean, yeah, but like, if we comparing those, you know what I'm saying? In that
Right.
aspect, like, you would want to see a 3 round of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, technically, to be honest with you, and no disrespect, I don't, because
Yeah, that's why I
if
said
it's
I
gonna
don't.
be 3 rounds of that, then we already know what we're getting. Unless there's gonna be like some type of flip of a switch,
But
where it's like
that's
we
what I'm
might not.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like with D Show energy and the way Dylan does and the rebuttals and stuff, like who knows what kind of battle that will be in a 3 rounder.
Yeah, but I feel like
Especially
what's gonna
now
be the
Dylan knows
impact?
what to expect. Like man, I don't know, y'all. I understand what y'all saying as far as not want to see that as a 3 rounder, but you gotta look on the other end of it too. Like that probably could be possibly one of those ones.
No, I
And
can imagine
and
it being one of
I'm
the
not saying
ones.
like it has to be now, but who knows? 2 3 years that might be one.
I get what you're saying, but my question to you would be: do you think that if it's a 3 rounder, that Dylan gets a 2-1?
Possibly.
No, 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 no.
Man, you
Possibly, or
tripping.
like I'm just
You
saying yes or
tripping.
no. Yes or no, because if he does get a 2-1, that would literally have them up 2-2 a piece that would have to do a third. So like are you really trying to like
I
build
don't
this
think
into
it need.
like
I don't
I
feel like
think
a
I
whole
think
thing?
D Show just won the battle though, bro. Honestly.
I don't think it need a sequel. I think it's good where it's at. I don't see it. Unless only way I see it is if they keep on going on the run and
Right,
being like maybe let's see it again. But
right.
we don't really get too many
Nah,
re.
I'm only
Or
saying
like
that
some
if we was
tournament.
comparing the two battles. That's what
Shut
I'm
up.
saying. If we was
Right.
comparing the two.
Right. Well, I mean, far as just raps for raps, I think this definitely is a better battle.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'll agree with that. Raps for raps, I think that what makes the conversation is Keynote's comedy compared to Dylan's rapping.
Right.
Because Dylan rapped with D Show and Casey rapped after, but he had a great moment, but he rapped. And Keynote raps, but Keynote's like prime skill is more of the comedic flair to his material, in my opinion.
Facts.
In my opinion. So, I didn't really want to hold y'all up about something y'all already talked about, but I definitely want to get my little 2 cents, bro. Cat take, bro. Let's get into the podcast, man.
All right. Yep. Yep. So,
Episode 30.
episode 30, man. We got 13 people in the building. Make sure you
Shout out
like,
to
comment,
y'all.
Shout out to
subscribe.
all y'all,
Shout out to
man.
y'all.
It's a lot going on right now too. I seen Hitman Hollows on Spaces. Easy to block Captain's live right now. So once they done, they'll probably come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Hey,
just a
we
little
know what
busy.
that's about too. With
Yeah,
easy. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right. It's always something. But let's get into this, man. Trump cutting them hours, man. And
It's sad too, bro. It's a lot going on, bro. It's not
all
funny,
y'all people
bro.
that voted for him, happy y'all voted for him now?
Man,
I didn't. First of all, I didn't vote, so I'm not.
man.
Yeah, I don't vote.
I'm
Like
saying
I
for the
just.
ones that did.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so let me ask this because I'm not like into the political thing because it normally it don't
Let's
affect
talk.
my it don't affect my immediate life, so I don't really look into it. So what is the point of? First of all, he took Job Corps away. Rest in peace, Job Corps, man. I got some money when I was growing up for that
Man,
Job Corps, man.
man, that's that's kind of horrific, bro. Because everybody's not like made for school, bro. And I'm just being real when I say that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
that's
not made for
very
the
true.
man sit in them type of settings of classrooms like that and just learn on an everyday basis.
Very true. But I think everything is strategically done, bruh. If we're talking politics, bruh, every step is important. For Trump to add Elon Musk to his cabinet was a big part in how they were going to continue to cut spending in the government. So that if they're going to cut hours from 40 to 32, they're not cutting how much your rent's going to cost. They're not
That's my
cutting
only issue with
the
that. If
thing
my
on
rent goes,
Netflix.
if my rent goes down, I'm not mad at that. But it's like, what are we supposed to do? And this is why I'm not gonna lie. This is how I think crime rate increases. Stuff like this,
Yep,
Absolutely,
because
absolutely.
it's like I'm not making. You got to think 8 hours. Let's just hypothetically say 8 hours. You getting 15 to 20 an hour. You taking more money out of my pocket, and are you going to tax these 32?
of course,
Of absolutely, bro.
of
You
course.
know, fighting
So
off this
if
thing
you
got to
taxing
get
this
there.
30, if you taxing these 32 hours, that mean in reality it's only like 28 worth of pay.
28 hours, exactly. But I tell you this though, with the tariffs going on, I don't see anything getting any better. With they just announced that Elon Musk left Donald Trump's cabinet. I believe that it has to do with the robots and how service will be in the next upcoming years.
Mm,
Soon they're going to introduce like server robots and jobs where robots will just have autonomous work. I think that they specifically got rid of all those things like DEI works in the help of job corps. You know what I'm saying? So like
mm,
when you have a lack of people getting specific jobs, they're going to a place that is supposed to do placement for jobs. And once you like you discontinue all of that, now you've gone to a spot where it's like, okay, now you're gonna work at McDonald's for 32 hours. Your rent's still, you know what I'm saying, 17, but you gotta get McDonald's for
So
32
do you think
because
this will cause more unity, or this will cause more understanding from whoever you renting from? Or
no,
no,
it's gonna
neither.
cause
Neither.
us
Neither, bro.
it's gonna cause a huge panic amongst people. Like you said, it's gonna cause violence, and it's gonna force them to bring the military in for
Yeah,
martial law because
that's what they
people are gonna be
wanted
so
to do, though.
crazy that they want to do that.
That's what they want to do.
so in other
And that's what I'm
words,
saying.
a purge.
Yeah, no, a
Nah, nah.
purge, yeah, but a purge not like that. They're not
Right,
Yeah,
gonna
right,
say,
right.
okay, well, y'all got the city limits of New York, kill each other till 12 o'clock. They're not gonna do that.
yeah.
But the moment that you know what I'm saying, because it's gonna be bad. Because what's gonna happen is it's is yeah a global concept like a government concept, but it's gonna really start to crumble the local governments when
Facts.
your local governments aren't getting the resources that they're not getting because the people actually are losing the refunds or like the funds to give, you know what I'm saying, to these organizations, slowly but surely those people are going to riot. Those things are going to break internally.
So do you
But
think this gonna force people to maybe get two jobs that probably
oh
only needed
yes.
one?
Yes.
So
100%.
do you? Let me ask you this. I'm not gonna lie, right? If it's gonna put, and I might sound crazy, but if it's gonna put more knowledgeable people in these places where these kids are at, I'm all for it. Like, can you like? Let me give you an example. You ever go to McDonald's and your order messed up? The reason that is because most of McDonald's is high school people. So let's just say now this forces adults that can comprehend certain things to get in these small businesses again and actually get my order right. I wouldn't be mad at that.
I have a counterbalance to that. I don't believe that there's a difference between age when it comes to attention to detail. I think that if you want to do the job well, you will put your effort into do the job well, no matter like as long as you're capable
I
enough to
mean,
do
like
it. You know what I'm
when I say
saying?
this though, I'm not like I feel like you think I'm like being technical, but I'm just more so saying like
Human error.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
people mess
cuz
up
like
100%.
if cuz really the McDonald's by my house is all high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like no matter what, my order is wrong.
Mm.
So I'm just like, what if it was some older, wiser people in there? Would my order be wrong all the time?
But what when it's robots? Now the kids or the grown folks don't have a job at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah,
order not gonna be wrong, but now nobody has a job. And now
right.
what? Now those kids who would have been working at McDonald's, now
I
they're
don't
on the
think it's
streets
going. I
walking
don't think
around.
they're going to be able to create enough robots in this lifetime. I think we'll be dead and
You're
gone
out of
before.
your mind. If you
Not,
don't
not
think that
enough.
Elon
Not
Musk
enough
has
to.
robots creating other robots.
No, I'm saying I think it's robots out here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to. Not in our lifetime. I don't think.
I mean, not in
Unless
our
unless
lifetime to
they
be like
just
a
build like
army, a surplus, but they
unless they
already
just build
have
like
those things.
a million robots in a year or something, maybe. But I just don't see it in our lifetime. I
All right,
think
well, I'll say this. Right now, before, like in the early 2000s, they've had defense contracts where people build robots for the government. Like that's always been a government thing, right? So people like just imagine a dude in his basement created a robot and the government might want to be interested in his patent. So now he creates 10 robots and he takes them to a demonstration. They've been doing that and there's multiple contractors who have done that. So now that yeah, I brought 10 robots to the demonstration, I really got 20. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works for everything. Nobody is just going to bring like you
I don't think we gonna get that far though. I just don't
they're
think it's.
already here. You've
I
seen the
don't think it's
robot
a.
dog jumping around.
I get all of
Man,
that,
I
but
seen,
I don't
bro.
think
They
it's
all
enough,
through
bro.
National
I don't think
Harbor.
it's going. I
They're
don't think
already here.
They
They're
it don't
already
already
matter
on
if they here.
overseas.
It's too
they,
many people in this world. There's no way, bro.
There's
man,
too many
bro.
people in the world, yeah, but slowly but surely they inject these ideas. It's
Facts.
easy. The same way that they inject a
I'm
robo
not saying
server,
it's not possible. I'm just saying it's not. I don't think it's gonna be in our
it's
lifetime.
not likely. I I, I get it. I think
I
that
think
slowly but surely.
if anything, I think robots will be a full thing probably when your kids have kids. I think that'll probably be like the time frame.
Yeah, but what I'm
I
saying
don't
is
see it
it's slowly
happening.
being injected
I mean,
though.
yeah, I get that, but everything is slowly. The internet, Google only been out for 20 years. It's not like it's a long thing. Like
Right.
you got to ease your way into everything.
That's the same thing as slowly as we talked about the DEI going into Job Corps, going into not having jobs, going into violence, going into martial law. Slowly but surely, those ideas collapse. That's a legit thing. Like they do everything very slowly, and as long as you accept it. Our biggest problem right now is AI. Once they have a legit controllable AI that has like emotion things, because that's gonna be the big thing. Once a robot who has the capability of going from whatever level of strength to whatever level of strength, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what limiters they're putting on these hydraulics and stuff that they're literally fabricating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It's really messed up. I get what you're saying. It's not gonna be like Terminators walking down the street no time
Yeah,
soon.
nah, yeah,
But I
but
do
yeah,
think
yeah,
that they
yeah,
do have a Terminator somewhere. Like somebody does have a Terminator that's like, all right, kill everything. If I press this button, you're gonna kill everything. I bet they got one somewhere.
yeah, yeah. I
They got
mean,
a Gundam
I
sitting out
wouldn't be
somewhere.
surprised.
And that's all I'm saying. If you got one, we're screwed. And if you give it an AI where it's like, I'm a superhero or I'm sad, boy, give it any kind of ego, give it any kind of sadness, it's gonna run Ripshire across the land. It's gonna be over. It's all prophecy, but it's like it's gonna be over, bro. It's crazy. It
That's a
is what it
fact.
is, though. I really think that
We got
the
somebody in the building, man. It was good.
What's good with y'all niggas, man? You know what I'm saying? Had a
The
little
boogie,
minute. Thought I'd pop in. What's good with y'all?
the
Ain't
what
boogie
nothing,
man.
man. The boogeyman.
I
Seven.
said, yes. Not shit, man. Not shit, man. What y'all
Black
chopping
Kings,
it up
Black
about?
Kings, Black
We
Kings.
talking about
Young
Trump
Black
cutting these
King.
hours, man.
Young Black
Cutting like
Kings.
work, well, like work hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, they ain't got to my job yet.
Trey on Trenta.
Nah,
Hey
but
man.
it's real though. People in the White House losing their job. Couple people I know cutting their hours down. They went from 4 days to three. So it's really happening, bro. Like it's really.
And you
I
gotta
feel
think
like, so
too
hold on. You
about
talking about people in the White House? He cut their days from down from 4 to 3.
in the
No,
government
no, yeah,
from
some of the
5 to 4.
places, yeah, like it's
Oh,
getting
some
real.
jobs, like some
Yeah,
people's
Yeah,
jobs.
yeah.
Shit, man.
Young black
Young Black
kings, man.
Kings.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. If they could find a way for wages or some way for it to match up with the cut days, I'd be cool with that because we it's
That's what I'm saying though. Is my rent gonna go down? Like,
Do
what's
you
up?
believe
Is
yeah,
my
that?
yeah,
Do
pay
you
yeah.
on?
believe
Because
that?
look, as a country, bro, a lot of countries don't work the way Americans work, bro. Like nigga, we got
Yeah,
niggas over here putting in 60 a week, 50 a week,
yeah,
5 days, 12
right.
hours. Like that's not normal. That's not normal or okay. So so if he was cutting days and we could find a way to make the economy match with what he cutting into, that's a W. That's
I don't
Yeah,
agree with
but
you though.
I don't think he's got that. I don't think he got that far yet though.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
see
only
the
problem.
yeah, I don't see where he getting at. Like maybe it's gonna be something they pass in the next week or two. I don't know, but
I'm be honest, man. It's time to get some young people in there, bro.
yeah, because well, he
We
damn near 80, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. We putting Biden in there. Shit was ass. Put Trump back in
Young Black
there. This
Kings.
shit ass.
Young black king.
Young
Hey,
Black
no
Kings.
cursing, man. Young black kings, man.
Oh,
Young
my
Black
bad, my
Kings,
bad.
man.
Yeah, yeah,
I be forgetting. Yeah, it's my second time. All right.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The thing's not going well again. So we need to get some young people in there, bro. These 45-year-olds, 40-year-olds with they 10-year degrees, they bachelors, masters, and they, you know what I'm saying? We need to get some young people in there, bro. Like, I feel like that's the direction. Like, even Obama, when he got in there was young, stuff started trending up. You know what I'm saying? You start trending
No,
up, bro.
no.
Get some, get some. Why? What? The country wasn't smooth.
The country was just gay. That's all he did. The country
Oh,
was just super
I
gay
don't
and
care who. I
accepting.
don't care who. I don't care who's sleeping with who, man. Hot dogs
No,
wasn't
but
six
but
dollars.
that's an agenda. That's an agenda.
Eggs wasn't $10.
But that's an
Yeah,
agenda.
they can push all the agendas. Can we get $1
That's the same.
McChickens?
That's the same. We're gonna have dollar McChickens when the robots do it. The robot. Imagine that you don't gotta pay a robot a salary fee. Who's gonna make a McChicken that costs you 150? That's 150 that you're not paying out. You gotta
Hey
think
man,
about that. That's a whole. It's a whole different process at that point.
what?
Like
Well, you said
imagine a
that
person.
the world's still gay. It didn't stop being gay. Like it ain't like
No,
Trump.
but I'm saying I knew he was gonna say Obama, and that was like one of his main agendas. Yeah, things weren't as expensive as they are now. Things are really expensive right now because Trump is trying to prioritize us having American goods. I can understand that. Everything that we have right now, if you look at the tag, says
It
it's
say
made
China.
somewhere else. So he wants to prioritize in us having our own
Man, he need to go
foundation
apologize to Jack.
right
He
here.
need he need to go apologize to Jackie Chan, man. I don't
But
care
if
about
that's
none
the
of that.
case, then if that's the case, then it should be more jobs for us. Then it shouldn't
That's
be
the
less
that's what
jobs.
he's trying to get to. That's what he's trying to
Oh,
get to. We're
so you
trying
But
to get
basically
to
saying
bringing jobs
everybody gonna
here.
work less hours, but it's gonna be more people.
Yeah, it's gonna be well. I mean, number one, you can tell who they're accepting and who they're not accepting. They're literally getting rid of certain people groups, and then they're bringing in. So you know what I'm saying? Like the South African people was like, "Wow, you said that you were going to kill these farmers. We're going to bring them in, but also these people voted for you to be president. I will vote for Donald Trump, and you just sent them home." You know what I'm saying? We're trying to figure out what's really going on here.
Yeah, I mean that's only time will tell. But
Time is not. Time is already told, bro. We're not doing that.
I don't think he just cutting hours and that's it. It's a method to this. It's something else going on.
I
I don't
I
think it's
honestly
just cutting.
believe, just like you said, it's gonna send things into a downward spiral.
Yeah, I mean I do.
Production's gonna be up,
If it don't have no end to this, it's definitely I think it's gonna increase like crime rate and stuff. Like
but that's what
eight
they
hours
want.
is a lot. That's a day of work, man. That
yeah, that's
add
a
up
lot
on
of
your
money.
check. Yeah, that add up on your check.
That's the difference between being evicted and not being evicted, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. So imagine right now we're trending toward. We still get a like this is the thing. The GDP is never going to get any better for us because regardless, the things that we're accustomed to now, you literally can only get from certain places. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're not getting the kind of marble that we're accustomed to other than going other places to go and get it. Those things cost a lot of money. Regardless of, oh well, we don't want to come get this, John. There's somebody here who's going to go get it. That money flow is never going to stop. They're just trying to like corner the market of where you can get things. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Only
We
thing
can,
I could say is some stuff I don't be mad at because I feel like some people do use the government in the wrong way.
bro. I
Like
love
yeah,
that.
get
I
off
yeah.
love that.
A lot of
get
people do
off
that.
your butt and go get a job. Like stop getting pregnant to get a house.
Oh man, have you seen the videos? You seen the videos? The ladies like, oh well, how am I gonna feed my 4 kids? They stopped my unemployment. They stopped my all my government assistance. I don't know what I'm gonna do because you guys are mad that I'm making TikTok videos. If you getting paid off of TikTok, you got enough to pay.
Well, the other option is go get a job.
Go
Go
get a
get a
job.
job.
You
Go
know,
to work.
right? So I'm not mad at certain stuff like that because there's some people that really need assistance, and then there's some people like you could tell they just had this baby right quick because they trying to get this.
Yeah, but
And
what
on
I
about
mean,
all
only
the
the
millions of people who
me,
are homeless?
me personally, I don't get mad at anything. I'm just waiting on to see some good end result. That's what I'm about. Like,
right,
you know what I'm
right, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Because
I
if
if
like I said earlier, if you gonna cut 32 hours so wiser people could work at McDonald's, I wouldn't be mad at that. Because if my order keep getting wrong, we might need to change the staff around here. It's just little
That's
stuff
not
like
gonna change who's in there. That's a job
yeah,
where the
that's the yeah, that's
demand is always gonna switch. The turnover is always gonna be high. That's not a job where you know what I'm saying. Like you saying that you
no,
want
I'm not
somebody to.
saying, man. I'm just giving examples, man.
I'm just saying like for a job like that is where somebody goes to like learn to work. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like working at McDonald's as a teenager, working at fast food retail as a teenager is like where you like learn to work, but you have to still in meantime figure out what your career is going to be.
but
Cutting
I ain't gonna
back
lie
the
though. When I worked at McDonald's as a teenager, for the most part, everybody around me, these 45, 38,
yeah,
I was about the only teenager on a shift. For the most part,
But
most of the time.
that's when it was affordable for you to work at McDonald's and still be able to pay bills. Now you can't do that. That's literally a kid job. You used to could work at McDonald's and still pay for something. Now it's not like that,
right.
bro. You
Yeah, you
got
gotta
to
go. Yeah,
find something.
figure something else out.
Yeah, like
Either that, or you gonna be working 2 jobs. You don't want
yeah,
to do that.
because when rent used to, cause like I said, when I first got to Atlanta, my rent was 600. I could work at Burger King or McDonald's paying 600, but
Mm-hmm.
now this motherfucker 1100. I figured something else out.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't the same.
Right. But I don't think that they have anything to balance it. Like the things that we've gotten accustomed to. Like for instance, bro, the batteries in these phones and things don't come from here. They're trying to find new mining sites to get lithium for stuff like that. Like they really want to, you know what I'm saying? Like we have to still capitalize. We're so used to certain things. You still have to go out to go get that. So like that's like saying like, yeah, they make Jordans in a factory in China. When they bring the Jordan factory to America, do you think that it's gonna bring more jobs?
It should.
Working 32 hours a week? Who gonna do that? They already making sweatshop money over there. Who gonna do
That's,
that?
that's a good point. Who the fuck want to make
Who's
shoes?
doing that?
My bad.
Exactly. Who's
Young
doing
King, Young
that?
King.
So
Yeah, who
what
want to make
difference
young
is
shoes?
it? We're
That's
screwed, bro. They're not thinking, but they got their own agenda. But just like I personally think that you cannot be effective in any job field that you like. If you can't be truly effective in a job field that you chose. Like like if I want to be a true healer, I can't be a doctor because if I really try to heal somebody, they're gonna say you can't do that. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? I want to go work out in the community and I want to get these things and get these people to stop doing this and get this agenda passed. But if you do that, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold that against you.
Yeah, man. I
There
mean,
really is no way to do that.
my only thing is I'm just not mad at it. Some certain stuff because I always said some people need to stop being lazy and figure something out. Because it's like you can't rely on too much help. You know what I'm saying? I think the things that people like America because we are one of them people. We are one of them countries where we just kind of accept anything.
Yeah, because we're so worried about everything else. We are accepting everything, and that's what they've conditioned us to do. You just accept it.
Right, but most people come here for basically freedom. You basically do whatever you want in America.
Yeah, but here's
You're
the
not
see.
limited. You're not limited to really too much.
Here's the thing that we're not getting though. The pursuit of happiness and the liberty to do things. See, like every location has their like legit rules by people group, right? Like
Yeah,
other than America, there is a legit people group, and there are rules based upon the borders of this land, except for in America. So people really just escape wherever they're living at to live under the different rulership. If that makes any sense, because
yeah. I
you
mean,
know what I'm saying?
nobody like to follow rules, so yeah, it makes
Yeah, so
perfect
that's what.
sense.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you trying to escape to America, where like, what rules are we playing by? Other than these people are catching everybody who's not playing by their rules. What rules are we playing by?
Right. Well, I know America. You could come over here with nothing and figure it out, and you be good. Next thing you know, you own a store. You got your own something. You got your own something. You can make some shake over here. And I think
Yeah, that's true.
Trump is basically saying, "Hey, I want my people to have them same opportunities, not you motherfuckers jumping over the wall."
But what's a
But see,
wall for? Like, how you put a wall there? Is there a wall from here, from where I live at to where you live at? Ain't it just grass and stuff?
no, I mean I don't know. I don't know like the situation how people transfer over from America to wherever they from. I'm pretty sure it could be water, it could be a drive, it could be it could be a wall. I don't know how people get over here, but I'm just saying like it's like it got
Now
to
we're
be
getting
something.
into many different things, bro. Like I'm saying, like people are escaping freedoms. The British and the Romans and the French, half of them left those original rules that they had for themselves, governed for themselves, joined forces to come here together and created the Americas, bro. So like the wall of like grass, like there is no wall. Of course they built one, but there is no wall from here to my mailbox. You just walk across the grass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's
That's
the
the type
freedom
of
of
things that
being
we live.
Americans.
But that's
Because in other countries, you can't just go on the other side of the city. Sometimes you do got to pass somebody.
the only person who you're passing is like the police. You you passing the police. You passing the gang member, favela type. That's how everything is. You can't just go over here because you got to pay me to go over there. What? That's not real. That's my point. That's not real. We're playing by rules that's really not real. You know what I'm saying? Like we really succumb to that. You chose to play to play by a game of rules that really aren't real.
Yeah, well, that's life.
Right, right. I mean,
Not this.
the biggest thing about me has always been like it's a life kind of thing with me. I just wanted people like, hey, I'm gonna figure it out, bro. Like,
Well, you got to
I'm
figure it
not.
out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really be too much harping on stuff like, but I do think it's a something. It's deeper than just cutting hours. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I say things, I say it from more like of
But
a
can
divination
okay?
place.
So let me ask you this. I know people like giving him slack for this term, but can we agree that the most money we ever had was his first term? Cause
Most money
he
we
was
ever
giving away
had.
money. He was giving away stuff at one point. We loved him.
Yeah, but most money we ever had, we're in debt trillions of dollars.
But I'm no, I get all of that. I'm talking about your personal life. When you out smoking and drinking and wasting your job money on stuff that don't require that you really don't need. Who fault is that? Is that your fault or Trump fault?
Um, you right.
It's Trump fault, man.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you see what I'm saying, Boogie. Like I know you being sarcastic, but people think that way
Nah,
and
you
they
know
don't
what?
want to take accountability.
It is his fault, man. I'm supposed to be balling out of control, man. I'm supposed to have enough money to go
Well,
blow
what
on
my
drugs and
thing
drink.
is though, what if he was on some stuff like, okay, I'm gonna give y'all this money this term. Hope y'all save it up, do what y'all need to do. And this term, I'm gonna show you what it's like for you to really got to go get it.
But that's not even what it was about. Why are we doing this? The money that Donald Trump gave out was not just for people to just get money. The money he gave was for people who were unemployed during the times of COVID, bro. You're not just, you know what I'm saying? We're not just,
But I get all of
And,
that,
and,
but
and and then it was also meant to put back into the economy. Like he's giving you
yeah,
money.
like the
right,
money was
but
so
when you
bad
get
because
your
we were
check
staying at
though,
home.
and when you got your check though, who to say everybody did what they was supposed to?
Do you know where that money went to? Online shopping, because people weren't going nowhere because everybody was sick. Everybody's avoiding everything. That meant the online shopping. He literally put that money into the circulation just to put it back into the bank.
Well, really, what it was to take care of your responsibilities. If we call them a spade. It wasn't supposed to be online shopping and all. It's literally to take care of your responsibilities.
Well, a lot of it, like I got mine for literally being unemployed. I was unemployed.
Okay, so if you're unemployed, what do you use it? What are you supposed to use that money for?
I was using it for my daily needs. What makes it worse is that people were just filing for it because they trying to get some under the money table where it's like I had 6 kids so that I can eat off the
It
government. It's the
all I'm
same thing.
saying is my biggest thing is like we do as people, we get this money, we do all these scams and stuff, and we really just don't save it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like if all the people that did PPPs and didn't really get locked up, you really supposed to save that money.
Well, that's the thing too. But I don't think that like a part of financial literacy is like being a couple steps behind because we do understand a little bit at this point, but like the idea of offshore accounts has been like a foreign idea to us for a long time, but very common to other people groups. Whereas like we have embezzled and laundered this money, da 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 da, but you can safely store it over here. And you only get that type of access if you're a celebrity or if you're of a certain people group. And we're not gonna act like that. And that's where a lot of my comments come from. Like, we're not gonna act like this is not happening. Not like I can't do nothing about it. I'm not saying that, yeah, because Trump is going to cut my work hours from 40 to 32, I'm just going to succumb to the fact that I'm broke now and I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we don't, like, you're not going to tell me that you don't slowly see the chip away at what society looks like.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, we
All I
just gotta
know is
we gotta see.
nigga better have my money, man.
Hey, man, he got a PPP loan right now for Alaska. If you go on Google right now, it'll say 1,700 for a PPP loan. Again, Trump says, and this for Alaskans. That's just propaganda, bruh. At the time, the government could have just said, "This is a government check that we need people to get the money back so that they can put it into the bank." He literally chose to write his name on the check so that people can assimilate that that was him, bruh. And that's not how those things work.
Okay, so
He
let's say
signs
this. What if
papers
he?
that the Congress
What if this?
Congress comes up with that, and he signs all the on the paper.
What if he? What if these 32 hours ain't got no tax on it? You mad at it?
I'm not mad at it, but you don't believe that. You're just saying that everything is
I
based off
mean,
of taxes. If we're talking about taxes, then we're talking about
is
brackets. There,
all I'm going off is what I see on the internet, which is what you going off of too. And
yeah, but here,
nobody really got no real facts for real
we
to
do
look
have
at.
real facts. How long do we have
Okay,
to
so did
say
you
that the
cut? Did your
rich
hours get cut yet?
did mine get cut?
Yes.
No, but she did say that my hours are about to get cut. She did warn me.
Okay, but let me ask you
They are
this.
about to get cut.
Well, let's just say because it wasn't what I seen was it wasn't just getting it was like you losing hours. It's it might be tax free overtime. So then, are you gonna be mad at that?
I think that that's a setup because the taxation is based off of classism. If a lot of the laws are based off of heavily taxing the middle class, which is where I'm at because I don't make over, you know what I'm
We're
saying,
not the middle class, bro. We're
a
not
hundred,
the middle class.
a
We're
hundred.
not the middle class.
Well, I'm saying like I
We
live
are
like middle class
literally
living.
we not middle class though, bro. I can't
Well,
let you say
I I get what you're
that.
saying, but like I live middle class living, so like unless you live like $100,000 range, you know what I'm saying? When you're making that, okay, it's different. Your taxes are a little different because the laws are literally made differently. Like we're not gonna act like huge corporations don't get taxed, but we're not also not gonna act like when you get your tax return, what weird taxes come out of your tax return. We're not gonna act like that. Are you gonna act like that?
I'm against all tax. You know what I'm
Yeah,
But
that's what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying.
If it's
The
gonna be
laws
thirty
are
two
set
dollars,
up.
if it's gonna
saying?
be $32, 32 hours with no taxes, then I don't see the problem.
Yeah, I don't see
Okay,
a
okay.
problem
You
either.
you
But
know what
how
it
can you
is?
see?
You know what it is? It's not a problem because like okay, people will be working less hours. It's more so. First of all, generally speaking, like okay, let's take the money that you take that get taken out of taxes, right? Let's I'm not gonna throw too many figures out there, but let's just say a nigga getting 400 each check pulled off for taxes. If you say we're not gonna tax you, but we're gonna take away a day of work, you kind of still around the same spot. So
Right, right, right.
nothing's wrong, but what the fuck did you do that for? What's the motive?
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
what I would
all I'm
start
saying.
looking at. That's what
What's
I
the
would start
motive?
looking at. Yeah, like yeah, what's the
Why did you do that?
because when the government do anything, it's
You have
always
to
some fine
question it.
print. It's
Exactly.
always
Yeah.
it's always some fine print shit going on.
See,
Like
and that's all I'm saying. Don't act like we're not doing that right now. With the government, anything that the
Okay,
government does
so
should be
let's just say
questioned.
that is the case. What's wrong with people working 8 hours less?
I don't got a problem. But
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't kill me.
No, the only
Don't
thing
work me to
that's
death.
not good about people working 8 hours less is if the money doesn't translate to what you originally made. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but my
People would
thing is,
love
we
the
don't
fact
know
if
that yet. We don't know that yet.
a salary worker, anybody who works salary is different, right? Because you get paid a set amount for the year, no matter how many hours you work, you get
But
paid
I'm
a set
saying
amount.
you still have a week left though. Your hours didn't get cut yet. What if he passed something before now and when you start your job, your new hours? Then you gonna
Okay,
say, "Oh, I see what you was doing there." But I honestly don't think it's gonna cut things like how could I say this? I don't think people that got a manufacturing stuff is gonna get their hours cut like
but like hold on, like I
you're
know we
tripping.
like I know we like to like do the American thing and act like ah man we shouldn't pay taxes. Taxes doesn't go to but taxes do go to stuff. So I would question. All right, all right. So you're not gonna tax me.
right,
And I'm gonna you know what I'm saying work 8 hours left. That's cool. Where are you getting this money? I'm no longer getting giving you
right,
to do whatever you know what I'm saying whatever taxes be doing. You know schools blah blah blah. So now where are you gonna pull that funding?
right. Well, that's all. I mean, I still believe they'll tax things that we buy. Not saying it's gonna match with the other money, but
Yeah.
I think they'll still tax everything we buy though.
You're
Yeah,
tripping.
they'll do that for sure, but that
Yeah.
that's just more like me saying like the fine print stuff. Like I would be
Yo,
like,
now that I think about it, taxes is really crazy because you taxing my check and you also tax me every time I purchase something. That's
Yeah, everything is taxed.
that's
Every
crazy.
and it
Yo, I
you
knew it
every
was wild out here when I went to Dollar Tree the other day. 12 things was $16. I said, what happened to the game I love?
yeah yeah
Inflation,
yeah Dollar Tree out of pocket, bro.
Yeah, like
inflation.
125. So you gotta think every four things is an extra dollar for real. Cause it's not even 125, it's really like 134. Cause they tax the 125.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Dollar Tree
getting
been out of pocket for a minute, bro.
yeah,
When
it's
All
I seen
all
they had
crazy.
an
transfers
owl
of
that was
money.
$5 and up, I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
y'all crazy, y'all tripping."
All transfers of money are taxed, and that's why
But I
people
don't like
haven't been
the
filing their
fact that
taxes.
like, but what I was saying was I think things that we really need, I don't think people are gonna lose their hours. Like say for instance, they got a manufacturer, let's just give me an example. Tupperware. Like you really need Tupperware. I don't think people in that department gets like their hours taken away. Like stuff we really need.
No, you. So here's what I'm saying. They're gonna cut your hours because if these things are federal laws, right? So like huge companies get government funding for following the law. If the
Okay,
law
so what's
is
something we really need in this world? Like, just give me something. Say it. Say
like
anything.
light bulbs,
Yeah, I don't think them people will get their hours cut.
but
Like,
why
we
not?
really need light bulbs
But but why not?
because we that's something we really
But I
need.
ain't gonna lie, bro. We
Yeah,
need
but
everything, bro.
what if they make
Yeah, that's
six
what I'm
niggas who
saying. But
We need every. I can't think of like even if you try to make it like a insignificant job.
yeah,
If we it's like it's like if you cut too many insignificant jobs, you got a significant problem.
right.
Like even let's take the shutdown, whatever. When COVID, you remember they were shutting down barbershops. Oh,
Right, right.
yeah. That on the surface that don't seem like a big deal, but dudes out here hurting, man.
Yeah, like we
That's
really need a little bit of everything.
you need a little bit of everything. That's quality of life. That's what the little stuff create the quality of life.
You know what's so crazy now that you saying that? Like, have you ever noticed like I mean, I don't think like nobody power is off. But have you ever like had your power off from like a thunderstorm for like 30 minutes
Yeah,
and you really don't understand how important electricity is until like you can't see, you can't do like
everything,
yeah,
bro.
yo, it's like everything is messed up right for these
Everything is
30
so
minutes.
important, bro. One
Yeah.
little something could just ruin your whole routine.
Yeah.
right, cat take. This is what I'm talking about. Don't act like you can't have a generator in your house. Don't act like you don't know that we can harness energy straight from the ground. The
That's
power
for
grid is literally just they own this space and you have to pay on it. And if it's not right, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how that works. You technically could continue to power your house if you just rigged up your grass the right way. Like we're not gonna sit here and do this.
I'm not doing all that,
You
man.
could. No. You could. You
I
can't
could
though.
stop
It's
buying
against the law.
groceries. I could stop buying groceries and go hunt. You see what I'm
People
saying? You see
do
how,
do that. That's called farm to table. People do that.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live a good life, man. I don't want
See that
to.
and automation is gonna kill. Automation kills the quality of life. The fact that you can go get a 150 burger and not know what's in it, instead of saying that you would rather do that instead of going to kill the bird or kill the cow of which you're going to eat to know for sure is the difference. That's the difference. We don't know for sure getting that 150, but we'll take it though. That's the difference. And you know why it's 150? It's 150 because it's going to sell. And you know why they're open at a certain time because they're going to sell a lot at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, we know why things are happening. We're not going to act like things just by coincidence.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
but things
my
step
my
by
only
step.
argument is that I don't think it's like something for nothing. Like I feel like it's still something that ain't revealed yet. I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's
say
just
I feel like this is a premature conversation.
yeah. Like I think it's something to this. I don't think it's just oh
I feel like a lot of stuff surrounding Trump right now is premature.
yeah. Because I
It
mean
ain't even though on outside looking in, it ain't looking. It may not feel pretty or look pretty, But realistically, a president, bro, you gotta give him time, bro. You can't be
Yeah, I can't just
7 months into
automatically,
a
especially
term.
him, because he's been so much. I feel like as much people hate Trump, I can't say his term was just all bad either. Like he do help in certain areas. I think it's just what's for you is what's for you, and what's not is for not. Because I'm not mad at the ending government funding because there's so many people out here that do use their baby or their hot pocket for things, and that's not fair because I don't have a hot pocket.
You know what? They need to give government funding to niggas like people like me grinding. You know
Yeah,
what
that's what I'm
I'm
saying. So
saying?
you telling me because I'm making this amount, I can't get, I know assistance. I need help too.
I need some help.
Yeah, like
All
so.
this grinding got me tired.
Yeah, so
I
like
need a little assistance.
I mean, I think every situation is per person
But like at the
situational.
same time though, it does suck that people who really is needing it is getting punished because of
That
people that's
and that's
abusing it.
that's what I'm
Right? Yeah,
saying.
that
There are
yeah
people
yeah.
who do need
Facts.
that. There is a
Facts.
dude who did leave his kid, and now the lady and the baby got to figure out where they're gonna live at. Like that's a
It's
legit thing.
I'll just use my mother for example, right? Like my mother had a work injury years back, so she been on Social Security a little early. She's 60s now, but she been on Social Security for some years now. She just had some shit of hers cut down. You know what I'm saying?
Young
Because he
Black Kings,
cut.
Young Black Kings.
Oh yeah, she just had some stuff of hers cut down. You know, because he cutting stuff down because people abusing it.
Right,
But
right,
you know what I'm saying? Mom's getting her little stuff cut down because somebody 22 years old don't want to go work.
right. That's a fact.
So
But
like
that I
that,
mean, but you got to think that's the point of police and jail. If everybody did what they supposed to, it wouldn't be no need for police or jails or whatever the case may be. That's the same thing with that. If everybody did what they supposed to, the right people will get the funding.
Right.
But unfortunately, you need cops in this world because everybody we a good nigga, but you know 30 other bad niggas.
yeah. So
And
it's like
the bad niggas, it's like 30 to 1. You know, if for every solid person you know, it's probably three niggas behind him, pause, that ain't doing right. You
yeah,
might, yeah. So that's the problem. Everybody, it's always somebody not doing right. So
Yeah,
that's the
the
point
bad
of,
apple spoils the bunch.
yeah, yeah. Because like I said, if nobody was out here robbing, everybody's doing what they supposed to do, it would be no point in police, jails, people getting funding cut. But unfortunately, it is somebody out here that's abusing they hot pocket.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel
purposely.
like there should be a way to, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the government, right? Man,
Right.
government know how to find you in a hole that they looking for you.
Right.
So like you shouldn't have. I don't feel like you should have to do a mass. We cutting down everything. Y'all should be able to. Y'all got all the tools y'all need to figure out who's playing and who need
Right.
it, bro. Like y'all got the tools to do that. Y'all don't
But
gotta.
see, this where the other problem come in. Let's say, because I know somebody. Let's just say my cousin work in the field, or my home girl or my homeboy. Now they might could detect that person, but now that I know somebody that can approve my food stamps, and I just give them $100, that goes back to people not doing what they supposed to do. So let's just say they detect the people that's not supposed to, but I'm plugged in with the people that approve housing or something.
Yeah,
I could just throw them a little $100. They approve my Section 8. So it's like it's just somebody janky all around the board somewhere.
Yeah, but you're not gonna act like when someone's chasing a double double every night, why they just missing layups, just getting rebounds, just getting rebounds, just getting rebounds. You chasing a double double, man. Don't act like you don't know why.
Wait, is that how you segment went into the next topic?
Huh?
Is that
yeah,
how you trying to go to the next
yeah.
topic?
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like you know why though. Like you're not gonna sit here and act like you don't know why a lot of things are happening, bro. That's all I'm saying. Don't act like you don't know why.
Well,
And if you're not saying this, like
now that you brought her up in a sense, Did y'all see that crazy comment? She said that Brittany Grinder beat Allen Iverson in a one on one, both in their prime.
Um,
I'm not paying nothing
Yeah.
attention
yeah,
to
what
that,
was
bro.
saying? I wish she
Because I
just
remember, I
stop
remember Brittany
talking.
Griner said she could beat DeMarcus Cousins, bro. They always say stuff like that, bro. I'm not phased by that, bro. It's just,
Yeah.
what's her name? Asia Wilson said she could beat Josh Hart. Like, I'm not phased by that, bro. They all say that. They all say that nonsense, bro.
I don't even think they'll get the ball. Like if we was playing like
They're
make
not
it make
getting
a
the
six,
ball.
yeah,
They're
like we
literally
play
not
make it
getting.
six. It's not happening, bro.
They're not
It's
getting the
really
ball,
it's
bro.
really embarrassing. I
I
think
think
that
like
she get posted
the
Allen
average
Iverson.
the average person that's in the NBA, like the 12th man, could probably still beat them.
Most likely. Like, yeah, most
You said
likely.
the
Like,
Nassus?
nah, not to Nash. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of
Nah, he
trash.
kind of.
I now don't get me wrong,
Man.
he's gonna beat most of them just off the athleticism, but
Now I'm
I
talking about
I
the good ones.
I think Asia Wilson,
She's a dog.
all 10 to 15 feet, no layups, should beat Tenacious. She'll beat Tenacious. Yeah, that boy trash. But yeah, everybody else though, yeah, they can't really. It's just too much of a skill gap, bro. It's too much of a skill gap.
And just the physical body of a man versus woman is just different. Like
Like
unless you
yeah,
can,
like
yeah.
Brittany Griner special to y'all, like she huge to y'all, but 6'8", that's just a small forward in the NBA. You just and then she don't even have the weight that they be having. So like
And she's not a 6'8", like what we say LeBron, Kevin Durant.
yeah,
Those are athletic 6'8s. Them ain't
yeah, they
like
jumping through the
she's
gym
she's
6'8".
tall and sluggy.
And then I don't know if for the people who ain't seen Brittany Griner play, she you could barely pencil her in for 8 rebounds and
Yeah,
against
like
At this
against
she
the
point,
had.
yeah.
women.
At this point,
against
Yeah.
yeah.
against the women. You can barely pencil her in for
But
that. So,
I always say rebounding is an effort thing. You don't got to be tall to really get a rebound because we've seen niggas get rebounds if they want to get the rebound.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not even dominating over there. She's not dominant. Don't
Because
get me wrong.
Angel
She's
Reese, for her to get so many rebounds, she ain't even that tall to be honest.
nah, she
She
just
be
pretty
moving.
standard height for
She
they
does have a good
centers.
tracker though. She be
She
tracking
got a
every
motor.
rebound.
She just got a
Yeah.
motor. Like she always going.
It's effort. And that's all rebounds is. You don't got to be tall. It's just an effort thing.
That's
I
why I
think that
get mad when people not getting rebounds, bro. Like, how
I
you in
think
the game with 4 rebounds
I
and
think
you?
the WNBA right now is like trying to equate to the NBA, and that's how they're trying to like garner their money. Like even comments like Krishan Rock saying that what's the difference between what
You do and
Angel
LeBron
Reese
did.
does and LeBron is like you're out of your mind. I don't know if it's the ego of a woman to say that. No disrespect, like on some like you know what I'm saying, like man stuff, but like I don't even know if they're watching it. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you just said that. No way you can say that, and no way that you can responsibly take that and run with it. What does Angel Reese do that LeBron doesn't do? Hey,
That's such
He
a.
I'm
could
gonna say
he,
you about to
I ain't gonna
piss
lie.
me off.
he could make a layup close to the
You about to
basket
piss
after
me
three or
off.
four
I ain't gonna lie.
rebounds.
The real problem with that is like just the lack of understanding, and when you just
Yeah,
throwing names out there, right? Because you using LeBron James for your example. It's dudes that play with LeBron James that can't
she
do what
can't
LeBron
beat.
James can do.
Yeah,
So you can't just be using any example like that. Like that's why Angel just laughed because Angel know basketball. So when she heard her say LeBron, Angel know she tripping. Like she
all
know
right.
like you tripping, bro.
Let's
Like
do this right
LeBron.
quick. Let's get a five. If you had to pick five players right now, who will give the who will completely skunk the women, and
Ah,
don't go crazy. Just five players who
just
you
like
think
you
could
just
just whoop the whole WNBA.
that's
So you saying no super?
just no
Let's take
No
no
superstars basically.
superstars.
superstars.
No
No
Oh,
superstars.
oh,
superstars.
this light. First of all, PG. I already know who I'm going with. Caruso. Give me Alex Caruso.
Caruso. That's
Ain't
all
nobody
defense.
scoring.
Steals. But
Nobody scoring.
that's crazy.
Let me see. My two guard. My
That's
two
crazy.
guard. I ain't even got to get too crazy with the two guard. Give me that Jaden Hardy dude that don't be getting enough PT, but when he in, he be getting buckets. Uh, let me
With
see.
the whole WNBA.
Let me see. Let me go centers, man. Let me see. What's that dude that he was awful on the Lakers? But I know Alex Lynn. Give me Alex Lynn at center.
Yep. Oh my God, he gonna have 1,000 rebounds.
Power
Oh,
forward. This is probably this starting to head up towards the OP range, but he not a superstar. But this just to put the casket in the. Give me Jabari Smith.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I said we don't even need no small forward. Put me
You
in
don't.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put me in
Man,
the game.
I could go even crazier. Give me at center, give me Bull Bull.
Bol
Oh, Bobo,
Bol
Bobo gonna
over
put up a 100 ball.
block everything.
What power forward? Give me the dude from the Magic. What's his name? Pablo.
Oh, Palo.
Yeah, give me him. He ain't really no
Bankero.
superstar yet.
Yeah.
Who I got small forward? Man, we could go Chris Middleton for all I care. Like,
Man.
shooting guard, give me DeAndre Fox. What's up? Like they ain't scoring on
De'Aaron.
them, bro. Like we
Yeah.
not even
Fox.
about to do
Yeah.
that. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like no,
Yeah.
I don't think
And
they score a point.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like and that's not naming superstars.
Right,
Like
right.
you
Cause
could have put.
okay, let's just name the superstars now.
Nah, you got
Brunson,
it.
Brunson,
It's over.
LeBron.
You can stop right
It's
there.
it's over.
One verse
It's
five.
over. I literally no cap, no disrespect, but in all seriousness, I think you could run a 4v5 superstars 3v5 NBA versus WNBA. I think you could do it.
I believe it. Yeah, I believe that.
I think you could legit do it. NBA versus WNBA 4v5 superstars 3v5. I would think so. I really think so.
I
And
mean,
I'm
really,
talking about the legit ones.
the only plus side to Angel Reese really is she did kind of bring a camaraderie to the WNBA.
A camaraderie. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. People are prisoners of the moment. If
I
you're
mean,
not a fan of the
as far as
WNBA, then say that. Say that she's the reason that brought
as
you
far
in.
as skill, I think she
Okay,
could.
nah. Okay, Cap, we can't do that because you can't use the. Everybody was not a fan of something before they became a fan of something. So like, yeah, okay, yes, was there people already watching the WNBA? Of course. Did I know about WNBA? Of course already. But you can't be like, oh, you weren't a fan, just say that. Not like but before Bird and Magic, you don't think people there wasn't a group of people that wasn't NBA fans? That's just how it works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't a fan of something before they became a fan of it. So, yeah, she did bring fans. Caitlin Clark bought fans. Juju brings fans. Paige Becker's bought fans.
Yeah.
It is a wave of
Yeah,
the
but there was a way before and a way before. We're not gonna act like the Asia Wilson wave wasn't a thing. We're not gonna act like the
but look,
Los the Vegas Aces wasn't a thing. We're not gonna number one. What's the biggest? One of the biggest college stories is women's basketball. UConn winning all them times has always been a story. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Cheryl Swoops. There are so many
you
different women
naming
that you could say.
you naming great players. But like when it comes like the league, like right, the league, we know there's great players. But when it kind of these numbers, it's about numbers, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's about numbers. This new wave is bringing in some new numbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a disrespect to the slight of the greats before that, because I feel like they just slept on at that point. Y'all just weren't watching. It's been great product out
And
there,
that's all I'm saying.
but I think you know what I'm saying. But I think with the combination of obviously them playing, but social media,
Yeah, could
you
you
know,
imagine how like even Jordan's popular, right? Can you imagine Jordan actually having like social media?
it'd be crazy.
He'd be,
Yeah,
bro. He would be like, he already worldwide, but he'd be like,
He'd
He
be
might be
Yeah,
he'd
he
be
might
bigger
be
than
Michael.
Messi and Ronaldo. He'd be bigger than Messi and Ronaldo and then
Yeah,
worldwide.
this
Like
might
he'd
be a
be.
stretch, but he might be up there with like Michael Jackson if he had social media. Fool.
I think he right there with Michael Jackson,
yeah.
just about. He the
I
Michael
think
Jackson
that
of the sports world, at
no, if
least.
Michael Jackson had social media, I think that that was their social media. Them being the super moguls that they were was air quotes social media at the time. If they had social media, they would still be as big, if not bigger, than what they are now.
Yeah, yeah, for
Michael
sure.
Jackson with social media, what?
Yeah, yeah, like that would
What?
be insane. Like
Mike
so.
Tyson with social media? What?
Oh
Dennis
yeah, Mike was
Rodman?
supposed to be
There's
crazy.
so many
Could you
different
could you imagine
personalities.
everybody being on Twitter with Mike bit bro
What
ear?
man? What? Can you imagine
Or when
that?
you used to order that pay per view and he knocked a nigga out in 10 seconds.
Like what?
Bro,
I want
Twitter would
some
have
of
been
it.
hot.
What? That's what I'm saying.
So
I think
yeah,
everybody would. That was
so
just their
yeah,
form
you
of
know what
it.
I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's bad for these, from when people point out, like, don't get me wrong, like, I think people disrespect the game of WNBA sometimes when they speak about Caitlin Clark, when they ask dumb stuff like, is she the greatest WNBA player ever? And she just got there. I feel like that's disrespectful, but she definitely then brought it, you know what I'm saying, starting to usher it into a mainstream light. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
the numbers are proving that she probably gonna wind up being the best because she accomplished what people couldn't in almost 40 to 50 games.
I'm not stunting those triple double. That means nothing to me. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
okay.
Bro, if her team is not what I'm trying to tell you, bro, she got drafted to like a not so great team and they
I mean,
literally put the
that's
ball in her hand every single time. So what do you
that's the
expect?
con of being good though. That I
I feel
can't.
like
Right.
I
nah, she's cold, but I just like I feel like that's one of them that triple doubles is becoming misleading stats. Like
Yeah, because you get a lot of
because
garbage stats where
the
it don't really
style of
matter.
play people are playing these days, like the style of play is raising the triple doubles. Like before in basketball, like in modern day, one person couldn't just have a ball for 40 minutes. Like that just wasn't how they played basketball. Like even if you watch some Kobe Bryant highlights, he don't have a ball the whole shot clock. He go get to his spot, then they get him the
The
ball.
ball back, yeah.
People that play nowadays, Giannis, Luka, boy, these dudes got the ball the whole shot clock.
Damn.
Nah, that's a
So
fact.
yeah, I feel like so triple double started to be a little miscued a little bit, but it's still impressive. So I'm not taking that away from her. I'm just saying, like, what if she blows the triple double record but don't never win no titles? I still gotta call her the best.
Well, that's basically Russell Westbrook at this point.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Cause
start looking at you like Rush.
he not winning nothing. I think it's
Yeah,
over
yeah,
with.
yeah. You didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You get the wins.
My
So
whole
I feel like
conversation was that the same way that women can egotistically say, well, what does Angel Reese do that LeBron doesn't do? I think people are prisoners of the moment because Cheryl Swoops couldn't beat Latrell Sprewell or Ron Artest, so it's never going to change. So that conversation is like, I don't. They're they're trying to equate. You know what I'm saying? The WNBA does this and the NBA does this. Like that cannot be their selling point in how they're going to make their
nah.
money, because
Honestly,
even
not with you saying that, not to cut you off. I feel like you just made a great point, and I feel like really that's what's hurting them. I feel like they selling too close to the NBA,
Right.
they're
and
trying to
because
equate.
But you know how this go though. When I'm trying to promote myself, I gotta diss somebody in the process. That's just how
it's
promotion.
not that this is like that's the problem. It's just that okay, you're already called the WNBA. The
Right,
NBA is
right,
already funding your league.
right, right, right.
Like y'all gotta find a way to distance yourself from the NBA. So
Well, they definitely dissed them though by saying, because you can't say that they really fund their league, because technically the budget that an NBA team is like all of the WNBA teams. Like if LeBron's like, all right, so imagine if LeBron himself can pay for like an entire WNBA team salary with just his salary, then imagine how much the Lakers are worth. You know what I'm saying? So like,
No, like
it's
I mean, it's
never
not
gonna
Well,
it's
not
not
happen.
even
hurting
his
the
just
look.
salary.
It's not
Maybe a
hurting the
quarter of
Lakers'
his
pockets.
salary.
I'm just like that's just a fact that the NBA funds the
So
WNBA.
let me ask you this: do y'all think them being on trash teams affects the ratings even more? Because I mean, it's still there, but it's like, okay, y'all not winning, so what am I really watching?
I'm not gonna
Uh,
lie. Yes, I think that what made the Las Vegas Aces a little bit more watchable was that they had like a three-headed monster, air quotes, where it was like, okay, this is kind of fun to watch. Before like this era now, that's what kind of
yeah.
made their kind of run
So
enjoyable.
what can the WNBA do to separate themselves, and also what can be done to take it to the next level? Because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese kind of put the foot in the door. What can get them through the door? Like just it could be something fiction, non-fictional, fictional. I said
I, I
non-fictional. I'm sorry. It could be something out of this. Like it could be something that really can't happen,
I
but
know
just
I
give
know
me
it's putting them
something.
through. I know it's putting them through the door. Juju Watkins.
Okay then. But see, my thing is with her, right? We said this before. The fact that that injury she just had is so major.
Yeah.
Availability. You have to be available to bring stardom to something. You can't be because like even with Zion, like, can you imagine how lit New Orleans Pelicans would be if he was just healthy?
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I guess that's like this is almost like a two-part thing because
Yeah.
you made it about availability. Well, when you got injuries like ACLs and stuff, those aren't like indications of being injury prone. Like
Right, right,
ACLs and stuff, those are more towards almost freak accidents.
right.
So like
But they could also be like career ending type too.
they could be. I feel like
Yeah.
we're ACLs get
Why
a
y'all
little.
lying, bro? Why y'all
Nah,
lying,
like
bro? We
they
skipping over the real facts here.
what?
Why are we skipping over the facts? What's different? What's any different than Juju Watkins coming in compared to Caitlin Clark coming in?
What do you mean?
She's pretty. Stop what you're doing.
Uh,
She's pretty.
that ain't what I
That's
like.
the man. She
she,
plays.
she,
She plays
I
she,
basketball at
mean,
about the
Angel
same
Reese ain't
level
ugly though.
of what.
She
yeah,
just
like,
That's
trash.
yeah, like
that
we ain't
right.
never been worried about the look.
But that's her
Like,
selling point. But that's what I've been saying
nah, her
for
selling
episode.
point is she averaged 26 a game. That's what I'm looking at.
Andrew Reese.
No, we're talking
Nah, I'm
about
talking about
Juju.
Juju.
But if Juju goes to a bad team like Caitlin Clark does, and you just have a lot of people coming to your games when you're not even winning, what does that matter? So what happens when Juju goes to a dirty
No,
team
bro, because
that
this
we're
is
getting lottery
look,
pick? Come
look.
on,
This is
man.
this is what they cooking, man. This what they cooking, bro. There's a script to this, bro. Y'all, you know how we keep saying, man, she went to a trash team. She went to a trash team. She went to a trash team, bro. There's only 12 teams. In a minute, it's about to be stacked because they're all keep going to trash team. There's only so many spots to go to. So by the time we keep saying she on a trash team, she on a trash team, she on a trash team, some of these people are gonna end up on the same team.
Right.
So you gonna mess
And
around be playing with Paige.
unfortunately in college that's the disadvantage of being good because you
Yeah,
honestly gonna go to the Indiana Fevers. Like
I've always low key hated that about sports, but I get it
yeah.
though. I get it though, but
But
I ain't
it's
gonna lie. It
like
look like the
I
NBA starting to punish people for that.
yeah, like is it really a thing? Like should they change that? Cause it's like it's really unfair to like a we probably this probably the first time we really seen it where it's like okay, the first round pick go to a decent team, which is like Cooper Flag to the Mavericks because they got everything they got
This is the
going on.
first time we seen it to that magnitude,
Yeah,
but
but is it fair
they
if he
been
got
messing teams over though.
yeah, like
It's
is
been
it
teams
would it
that's
be
supposed to get
fair
that
if he
one.
gotta if would it be fair to him if he had to go to like the Wizards? Like that'd be so unfair, bro.
If you could choose, if you could choose, I'm sure that you would pick in the middle. I think the problem is once you sell your talent away to the team, all they need you to do is just be like productive to bring people in and put butts in the seats instead of it being like, well, we're gonna really win games. I feel like if that was the case, like if we know for sure that we can build with a person or not, I think that they should change it. I think they personally do that because it's like, okay, you're choosing to come to get into the draft knowing that you're going to be one or two, three. You can't really choose your team for real, but we're going to pay you enough that you're going to want to exhibit your talent here, regardless. You're not going to
Well, yeah,
escape
I
that.
mean, in college, your goal is to go to the NBA. It don't matter what team it is.
Yeah, but that's the difference. In college, you get to choose where you want to go. And on top of that, you get paid now for being in a better situation. So it's even better. Especially like I said, when we're talking about the WNBA, number one has to catch up the NIL deals. You don't have it if you don't have enough money to catch what NIL deals are doing.
Nigga, they don't even have money to pay
Hey, I'm
real
not gonna
people.
lie, bro.
I know.
The world got to catch up to NIL deals, boy. Them little, because what's gonna happen is the NIL deals gonna start overshadowing them rookie contracts, and what you gonna
Yep.
stop seeing is one and dones.
Right. Niggas gonna stay in college
Niggas
for
gonna
three,
start
four
staying.
years.
Yep.
NBA don't like that, so
But
we
this is what I was saying. Angel Reese got a nice NIL deal. I think she put more attention into the off season
Well,
air quotes
you
than the
gotta think.
WNBA
I
right
mean,
now.
I don't blame her though
She
because
making more.
yeah,
her salary as a WNBA player is something that if we get the right jobs right now, we can make.
that's a
Right.
Like
fact.
okay, so let's just say the average person make 40,000. If I find a job that pay me $5 more, I'm basically making what a WNBA player making. Cause they only making 70 a year. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Angel Reese is not making 70. She probably making like 130 a year. Kaylin
Based
Clark probably
on
making like
what?
nah, they
150.
got
Not just playing basketball. You
yeah,
crazy?
yeah. Them endorsements, them
Probably the
NILs.
other stuff, but I'm talking about strictly
Oh
playing
yeah, just they
basketball.
contract. Yeah, them
They
rookie
only making
contracts.
like
Yeah, they on their rookie
$70,
contracts. Yeah, that
70.
shit
Yeah.
50, 70, like 70 a year or some shit like that. Yeah,
So
that
at
shit
that
weak as
point,
hell.
yeah, at that point, they working a 9 to 5. To be honest.
They do
Yeah,
work jobs.
yeah.
They
If
do
they
work
wasn't so,
jobs.
yeah, if they wasn't so popular, they would
Right.
have to be doing something else on the side.
Right.
A lot of them
Or
do.
just live
The
like
not
us
popular ones.
in a sense.
The
Or just
not
live
popular
like
ones work
us.
jobs, bro.
You said
That's
what?
it.
It's the not popular WNBA players work regular jobs.
Yeah, facts. Or or what they, or actually, what a lot of 'em, the ones that's decent do, they just play overseas, and that's where the overseas pays them a lot more
Yep.
money.
That's
Like I'm saying,
crazy.
Unrivaled pays them more
Unrivaled,
money. Probably
yeah.
pays them more money than the WNBA. So the attention, the care might be more
So
into that.
why is the WNBA not paying as much as the other teams then?
Um, I mean,
The
first of all,
WNBA and the
the
product isn't
W
selling.
the WNBA been in the red for years, so
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
just
Right.
it's never sold. It's just
So
an
yeah,
equality thing you're trying to
but
attach.
I do feel like this new wave and the more attention it gains, it's gonna start to turn it around because yeah, they were still in the red
So how
last year. I
much?
said
I've never been to a WNBA game. How much is a ticket? Like,
I'll just look
give
it
me
up real quick just for
give me like a
conversation
ballpark
purposes.
figure.
All
Cause
right,
now
Well,
I'm
pick
look.
a team. We can do some
all
fever
right.
tickets. I'm gonna do some fever
Here we
Yeah,
tickets.
go.
yeah, yeah.
The Wizards tickets and the Mystics tickets. The Wizards tickets are less than Mystics tickets because the Wizards are that trash.
Right.
The Wizards tickets probably go for like $12 on like a super low end. Mystics tickets probably go for like $39 on the low end.
Shit, I
And
see.
what kind of seat is that though? Is that in the
I'm
back
looking
Up
at some.
or
top,
I'm looking at some. Yeah, up top. I'm looking at some fever tickets, man. $17. Can't beat it. You can't beat
that's
that.
crazy. So
For two for two
how
hundred.
much is a seat to kind of be
That's what
like
I'm saying. I'm
on the
about to tell you,
floor?
200. You almost in the game.
Yeah, that's bad then because a floor seat at the Lakers game like 10
Oh man,
bands.
and
bang!
that's what see,
And
and
that's in the
that's why we're
regular season.
Right.
oh my god, but now we're getting to the point. People want to see Juju because she's pretty. There are a lot of the perversion of the world, like not to sound weird, is what sells it. Like unless women are gonna start doing in between the legs you know what I'm saying, you doing crazy dunks or some crazy,
But see, man,
it's not gonna
I had
sell
this
the game
I
no
mean, but
conversation.
different.
hold on. Like,
The game won't
do you
change.
personally feel like that's the only? Are you saying the WNBA been ugly for 30 years? Like that's like I don't get it.
I mean,
Like it,
technically,
like if Juju was trash at basketball, do you think I'd be a fan?
I think that her being a you being a fan of her basketball skills adds on to the fact of why you like her. Because other than that, it
She
wouldn't
could be
just be
ugly and play
basketball
ball, and
skills.
I'ma like her.
Yeah, it's some rough looking ones. I like seeing play ball.
I think though I
Okay,
don't
but
think
that
I'm
would still
not
be the
gonna lie.
WNBA.
I don't think the dunking is the problem either because if you lower the rim and you're just gonna do simple
I ain't
putback
gonna lie.
jumps, I don't
That's
want to
not
see
a
that.
problem. That's not a problem because who dunking in the NBA now? It's
Right,
83s a game. We
right.
ain't no
Every
dunking
now
there.
and then you might see a nigga get dunked on, but
Yeah, when they wide open, you see a little
yeah,
dunk or a little. Even the posters ain't
We
what they
not
used to
doing
be.
that,
They used
bruh.
to put somebody through the rim, hit the
Come
floor.
on,
I mean,
bruh.
but
What
the
does
NBA
Ja
is at
do, bruh?
the NBA is at its lowest ratings right now though. So
Not
you
well,
know,
they did peak up during playoffs. So I give them that. You know,
yeah,
I don't think NBA ratings is low because nobody want to see it. I think it's just too hard to catch.
right.
It's just a pain to catch, which is another problem with the WNBA. It's a pain to catch, bro.
Real like when are they playing? Like I don't even be knowing that.
Bro, like they be playing at weird times, and then when they do play, it be 3 games tipping off at the same time.
Yeah. So what's the
Like,
so just as a person that go to work and stuff like that, what do you feel like is a good time for the a game to be on? What
I mean, I'm
7:30,
not
eight
saying
o'clock?
let's say you just work at let's say you get off at 5 p.m. like the rest of the world.
Right,
I'm
right,
not saying no games should go on between then, but how you got 4 games and 3 of them tipped off at 4?
right.
So
Yeah,
by the time I get to the crib, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's 1 game left.
right.
But
Yeah,
now we're talking about. But don't act like you don't know why.
I don't
Because
know why.
sponsorships pay for time slots on TV for their product to be shown. And if everyone's going to be watching LeBron play at 9 o'clock, then the women still have to get their product
But
shown.
look,
Then it has to go on early
I get
because
that.
the real show's tonight.
Like when they were like when they coincide with the like the NBA, if it was NBA going on like every other day, I get that. But now we at the point where what we getting basketball what every 3 days?
yeah.
NBA
Right now,
NBA ain't
yeah,
doing nothing. This the time where 8:30 you should be tipping off. And the star players need to be playing the last, bro. Why Fever already played and this 8:30?
right.
Nah, that's the Fever slot right there. Uh, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark need to be playing at 8:30 every day.
Right.
If they got a game, they need to be on that night slot. That way,
Yeah,
folks is at
that's a
home. We
fact.
tweeting about it. You got Caitlin Clark tipping off at 11 a.m.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
See, but hold on. How long is Kendrick versus Drake gonna last? How long that gonna last?
Depends
What?
on who you are, because it's over to me.
But that's what I'm saying. So we're just going back to the regular WNBA. What's gonna be the selling point? That's what I'm asking you. Is Kendrick and Drake over with? So is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. That's gonna be over with too. It's not gonna drag on forever, just them two. They're gonna have to find another selling point.
I told you, Juju on the way. It's supposed to be a cycle, man. It's a cycle, bro. We gonna keep that now that the look. This is what really happened. This is why they became popular. The men's section of college basketball started to become unpopular.
Right.
We don't like watching the men play college basketball no more like that. So
What is that? What is that based on though? Due to the lack of skill or what?
I
I haven't
mean,
seen nobody in college that make me want to watch it either though.
college,
There's nobody who's had that type of hype behind them.
and
Since
then anybody look
everybody in college lost hype.
anybody that even is that good, right? You know he gone after this season.
Right, he going straight to the NBA.
Yeah, he going straight to the league. He don't. He's probably not even gonna play all 30 whatever the college games. He gonna play 10, sit out. He sit out. He got a bad ankle this night because he really just waiting on the draft. Like so, it you. the product you want to see is never on TV
Yeah,
because
and the
the
fact
best
that
player in the country do not play for the best programs.
I'm gonna tell you this too. The fact that Caitlin Clark keep busting Angel Reese ass is really taken away from the viewership of the rivalry.
A little bit,
It's just the WNBA now. Thank you.
but
Yeah, yeah. But if they was actually like beating each
what
other,
they was supposed to do, bro? They was supposed to rig both their teams to get better, man. They was supposed that's when the NBA don't play that, man. You know what I'm saying? Adam
yeah,
Silver, David Stern, they in the offices making them boss calls.
yeah,
It's no it. So the first year, right? I think Angel Reese and them beat Kaylin once. They beat her twice. So all right, all right, y'all won one. She won twice. That's good. That's good TV.
right, right, right.
Caitlyn team got better this year. Two big free agent pickups. Three big free agent pickups.
And they beat him by
Angel
30.
team lost two, three of their best players.
Right.
So y'all was supposed to be behind them scenes, rigging it up like to
Yeah,
keep it
yeah.
going.
Right. Cause now it done died out
Yeah,
in the
now
in a
it's
in a in a sense.
because it's like okay, you starting to the Sky just won a couple games, so let's see if they can pick it back up. But okay, now they've been losing, they're losing. Caitlyn just got out with an ankle injury,
Right.
so I mean, and her team's holding it down. They just won tonight, I think, and they won the last game, so they hold it down. Now that it's at a stalemate, like is Andrew team gonna get good? Or is Caitlyn even gonna be back
Are
longer
either
than?
of them even gonna be in playoff contention?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
Yeah.
that's
They
what's in
might be
danger.
even not even be there. That's what I'm saying. It's just WNBA. It's just women's basketball. It can't be that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese sell the WNBA. Juju, let me ask you: the girl, the girl who plays basketball on Twitter. Have you seen her?
Yeah, I know you
Do
talking
you think that she's more entertaining than watching the WNBA?
about.
Okay.
No. No. But granted, I'm one of those people you was talking about that already liked the WNBA. I don't think I never felt there was anything wrong with the WNBA besides a huge marketing problem
So
and a
what? So that I still want to know, like, because most of the time women attract people in the real, like any other profession. Like I hate to say it like this, but if you go to a club, what do you there for the club, but what are you there for? Pretty women.
I'm gonna tell you
The perversion of the world sells, bro. Come on,
I'm gonna
bro.
tell you what the difference is here, right?
Yeah.
Women don't attract other women.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
like so let's take a men's basketball game, right? We watch it because we like hoop. We like hoop. So we
Right.
want to watch Steph because he can hoop.
Right.
But there's also women that want to watch Steph because he light skinned, he's 6'3".
Yeah. Yeah. I get you.
Women
I get you.
are
Because the
haters.
men, because the men ain't gonna go to no WNBA game for real,
Yeah, yeah, like you know
unless
what
you
I'm
What?
like
saying?
a core
We
fan.
gonna go, but like you know what I'm saying? Like I'll put it this way. Everybody's a fan of that.
Right.
With the WNBA, they don't have a lot of women's fans because women's already not big sports fanatics.
Right. Right. Right.
Bro, come on. They don't appeal to women.
I just said
They
that.
they yeah,
You
they
just
don't
said
appeal
that.
to no, you said that women aren't big sports fanatics. I said that the WNBA doesn't appeal to women. That's two different
Yeah,
things.
yeah, like nah, it's not because the reason they don't is because you know what I'm saying, like they don't care about that outside stuff because they're already not sports fanatics. I watch WNBA because I'm a sports fanatic, but I'm a man. Like women are
Got
not
you.
just gonna watch it because I support women. Women are haters.
Facts.
Women hate
Yeah,
women.
but I think that women are into certain sports in a certain demographic. I think that basketball isn't a heavily sold sport in women's sports. I think maybe more like volleyball or soccer or something like that would be more heavily sold than basketball. Like they're not like promoting to, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Tennis, something like that is more like sold to women than basketball. Still in basketball, you have to be a certain build. You know what I'm saying? It's
I think the
like
problem is just too is
But
like
everything you just named though, the core audience is still men. Like it's still been no matter what sport you
Yeah.
go to in the women's section.
So are we saying with the WNBA it's no promotion that can help this? It got to be another set
I
of
think
players.
it's doing all right, and women are
Yeah.
starting to tune in. That's the only difference.
Right. I
The
mean,
the
I'm
You have
not
biggest
gonna
to
lie.
appeal to women.
I'll watch the WNBA game, but I really started watching it because of them two. Like that really got me. Like I'll watch it now.
but look, but that the main like influx of people that wasn't there was women, and you know why? Because Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark was beef. What is women always watching on TV?
Drama, Bad
Drama,
Girls Club.
bad girls club, baddies.
Right.
So they like, oh shit, oh shoot, what's going on over here?
Right.
What?
Right.
What?
Right.
White girl trying
Because
to mess with the black girl?
what really started their whole little thing was Angel Reese and them beefing, doing the little ring finger
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they seen a little drama, little action. They wow, but this is entertaining.
Right.
Now that it kind of died down and it's straight back to basketball. That's why it's starting to lose a little. Cause the people who just there to see them beef. That's why they. If you notice, the talk shows is keep trying to make them beef.
Right.
Like they
Because
keep.
that's the selling point
I
of the
know, I know, but
WNBA
it.
But
right
the
now.
selling
That's what
point
I'm
should be the.
saying.
But that's my other argument. The selling point ain't basketball because she been busting her ass. So it
That's
got
what
to be
I'm
something
saying. It
else.
has to be something else. It can't be
I think the selling point should be you should just talk good about them both. I don't.
Right.
I don't feel like it has to be a
Who, who
like
better?
a like a rivalry. Like okay, LeBron and Steph they had a little rivalry, right?
Right.
But I don't need to. I don't need to talk about LeBron and Steph at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could talk about that could two different segments. You could go, man. Caitlin Clark just broke the record for triple doubles. That's a segment. Angel Reese keep missing layups. That's a segment. Them two segments. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just keep clumping it together and try to make it so every time they play each other, any little thing like that little thing they try to make a big deal, just a foul, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a foul. Even Andrew Reese reaction was normal, bro. That happens in the NBA all the time. Look at Draymond Green.
Nah,
Look
that's
how
a fact.
Draymond be out there acting.
But that's the
Yo,
point.
Cat, you
It
there?
just you can hear me,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
bro. They have to find a way to promote to women in basketball. Like the art form of basketball is not has not been properly promoted to women.
So
Basketball is
you
more
think they could do
promoted to
what you
men.
so what you saying is they could probably use a couple more commercials or something?
But what's the commercial for though? The commercial is to show off their basketball skill, or is it to show off their personality as women?
I mean,
This is the
I
point
can't
we're trying
I
to
don't
get
know. I'm
to.
just asking
The
about promotion.
no,
I'm at the promotion is the question.
no, okay. There
What
are
can they do
plenty
to promote
Asia
the
Wilson
WNBA?
commercials. There are plenty Asia Wilson commercials
I ain't
or
seen
Angel
it.
Reese commercials with her looking okay with a basketball logo behind her. That has not changed the foothold of what promotion is for WNBA. People, like you said, are tuned into the WNBA or women's sports right now because of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark based on their drama, bro. They're not promoting basketball to women. What's
Well,
important
I
right now
think
is the
the
drama
thing
of their
is I
beef.
think the thing is that it was a rivalry up until they got to the WNBA. Like people really felt that way
Right, but
because
I
it's two
never quite
different things,
understood
bro.
that. I
It's a
never quite
social
understood
thing.
that.
It's a black girl, white girl thing
well,
that
yeah,
they kind of
it
made.
was a race
Yeah, they
thing
made
at
it
one
more
point.
racial, but from a
Yeah.
Right.
basketball perspective, I would never be like, yeah, this point guard and this power forward got a rivalry. Like
Well,
I don't think Tony Parker and Amari Stoudemire are having rivalries. Like this is not a
but Magic and Bird did.
Magic and Bird the same height.
Yeah, but they play different positions. They
Magic
did different
started it.
things.
No, they do the same thing. Like they literally they did the same player. Bird at that time he'd be what you call a point forward today.
Okay, but still, Caitlin Clark's story will be that she don't got a national title because of who. So no matter like she's a great basketball player, so she's gonna excel. But the moment that she does excel, those trophies are gonna add up, and the lack of trophies are gonna show up. And when you do go back to it, it's gonna be like, oh well, yeah, she didn't win a college title because of this person. This is where her initial stardom buzzed from, and that's
But
just for
even
both of
but
them.
even that is like a such a like a it's just a lazy logic that they use it because Caitlyn went back to next year and still lost. So like so it's not like Angel Reese has been stopping Caitlyn from winning. Nah, she just couldn't win it. That's his
Right.
own separate entity.
Right. So it all right. So here's what I'm saying. If that's the conversation now, and Caitlin Clark goes till her retirement and only wins one ring, do you think that like she's responsible for the new wave of WNBA, or is it just what regular WNBA has always been?
You said she doesn't win one?
If she wins one, no, if she wins one, if she goes 20 years, if she goes 20 years in the WNBA, wins one WNBA championship, do you think that she's like air quotes responsible for the new wave after she proves to not have done anything with it?
Yes.
With all the hype behind her?
Yes. Yes, because the hype bringing hype is not it has nothing to do with on the court. She could actually never win a championship, and we still have to somewhat give her credit for bringing a new hype. You know what I'm saying? Like she could never
It
win.
definitely
She could
help. It definitely helped though.
not like no for it to
It
go where it's
helped, but
supposed
did
to
it
go.
change
She needs
anything?
to
That's what I'm
win.
asking. It helped for sure. Is it changing anything for real? It didn't change nothing.
You know what? I don't know about change. 'Cause change requires a lot of years of evidence. But I'll tell you, if she wins a championship, it's gonna be a big deal because this is what they gonna do. They gonna get on ESPN. They gonna have Stephen A. in there. And they gonna be on the Good Talk show now.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna have it on the bottom slots and they
Yeah.
gonna put that question up there. Is Caitlin Clark the best women basketball player ever? And it's gonna send the world into a frenzy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say absolutely not. Just like right now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I'm gonna say no.
I've
Like,
seen better women play basketball. We're not doing this. I just don't understand the hype. Me personally, I think her hype is based on the drama. I think that Angel Reese's hype is based off of the like social thing where it's like I'm the black girl, respect me. I'm playing basketball. I'm
I mean, that
forward,
was
and
that was
now I'm
cute
a
at
model.
first, but I think we all at
It's
the
not basketball.
we at the breaking point with her. Like, are you just not playing good basketball, bro?
It, bro, that's what I'm saying. They're
Like,
I
it
think
relevant
don't
she
for
even
good though.
matter
things
at this
other
point.
than basket. Their rivalry is relevant for things other than basketball.
Right.
That means it's just
Because I,
WNBA.
I I feel
That's
like
all I'm
black
saying.
people, I
It's
don't know
not
if it's a
changing.
black people thing or it's just a man thing, but like you could only be trash for so long before we just be like, all right, this ain't no race thing. You just trash, Brody.
Yeah,
Like
and that's
you gotta
fair.
play
Yeah, we're
better.
watching.
Yeah, you gotta play better. I don't want to hear this. Oh, white girl, black girl. No, one person's. Let's just take the color off of it. One person's trash. One person's not. It's that simple.
I don't think it did them trash though.
Well, I don't think Angel Reese is trash, but it's like it's too much like
I think I think
unadvised things like
I think people are just seeing the product of trying to compare point guards to power forwards and make them
bruh,
rivals.
my biggest thing is like I get all of that, but it's just like missing an open layup to me. I don't
You're
I
not
don't
supposed
care.
to be taking them, bro.
Boy, she playing like she got incentives, and she's trying to
I'm
make her incentives, trying to make more
No,
she
no, no,
money.
no, 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 no. My thing is right. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that because if I get the rebound, most of the time you're supposed to put it back up.
nope. Because I'm gonna tell you what type of player she really is, but she's not in that role on the team she on. She Dennis Rodman, bro.
Right,
She's Draymond Green. She's not supposed to have 18 attempts.
right.
She's supposed to get that board. Hey, where's Steph?
But I
They
feel
got
like
her.
if you
They
get the
they they got
rebound,
We're not
her.
doing that, bro. You're supposed to help your team win games,
She
especially
does
when
have
you're the
to.
star.
She has she had a positive plus minus, and they was a top 10 defense when she was not top 10, top 5 defense when she was on the floor. So like she's playing good. Like the numbers are showing, she makes the team better. But the team is so trash that does not matter.
The
right?
team is trash with her on there.
I
She's
feel
a part of
like
the team.
you not understand it. So if I spray some Febreze on some garbage, it still stinks, right? So
I,
if we're bad and I'm on the court, but we're worse when I'm off the court, what you got?
bro, Carmelo Cardoso is better than Angel Reese.
Last year that wasn't the case. So you gotta Cardozo was trash last year.
Carmelo Cardoso is better than Angel Reese, bro.
Would you agree with that though? Was Cardoso not trash last year? Was she
Last year
not
she
consistently?
was for sure trash, for sure.
I'm saying. So I mean that could change. Yeah, this might be Cardoso year. Andrew Reese could become better player year 3. So like all this, but I don't think either one of them are the issue. The rest of the team is trash. They don't have any point guards. There's nobody that averages 4 assists.
Yeah,
You
that's true.
don't need 4 assists when you're supposed to have dominant paint work. Get the ball to them and let them work, and that's why she
But the
keep missing
problem
layups.
is the person that's supposed to paint work
They're
Make the
not
shoot it.
dominant paint.
points.
They're not dominant paint workers though.
That's
Asia
what.
Wilson is a dominant paint worker.
Asia
Just
Wilson can
cause
do
you,
everything. She's
just
a good
cause you,
scorer,
yeah, she developed that. But
right?
if she didn't have nothing else, she know how to drop step you and put that ball in the basket.
Yeah,
They
Put the
don't.
ball in the basket.
Yeah, yeah, like she been a great paint player from the beginning. When
I
Cardozo
think.
was in college, she was uncoordinated, couldn't put the ball in the basket. She was just bigger than everybody. Angel Reese, she always missed a lot of shots, but she know how to get her board and then finally get the putback. But how they playing
And then finally,
is how they been playing. It's just now people care, so like so it's a big deal. But I don't think do I think she's as good as Caitlin Clark? Nah, but like is she trash? Nah, because if she was so trash, they'd be worse without her. I mean, they'd be better without her.
Right.
I want to ask you, bro. Do you think that the NBA is important by like what's going on the court, or like who came to come see the games?
Like who comes to see the games? Like who's like
Yeah,
in
like when the
attendance?
fans. Yeah, like do you think that the Lakers and the Knicks games are better because who comes to see the games, or what's particularly happening on the court? What makes the game better, in your opinion?
Uh, I feel like it's what's on the court. Um, but at a point in time, who was there was probably a big deal because you know the reason why you don't have no footage to Wilt's 100-point game. Nobody cared. They didn't film it. Nobody was there. Nobody was there except people. So yeah, in today's it's today and like today, Spike Lee being at the game does not matter. But at one point, you know, at one point it probably mattered.
Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie. I think him being at the games too much is the reason it don't matter.
Yeah,
Like
like yeah, it's
he
normal
been
now.
like
It's
yeah, it's
okay.
like
Yeah,
you a
it's
casual fan that's
yeah,
well, at this point.
yeah. It's normal now. But I'm pretty sure back in when Magic and Bird was starting to do it, and oh look who here. I think it was probably a big deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's normal now. Kardashians is at every game, and you know what I'm saying. Kylie Jenner at the game. Like that's every game now.
yeah,
See, but
nah,
that's what I'm. See, there you go, right there. Rihanna is going to an NBA game and not a WNBA game. Kylie Jenner is going to an NBA game, not a WNBA game. But why is
well,
that?
I mean, it's men, it's men,
It's
Because the
men.
it's
game's
men
just
and
more
women,
entertaining.
It's men.
men and women. That's really what it comes down to.
You think Kylie Jenner like basketball for real, bro?
See, but that's. I'm just saying in the reverse. That's the same thing, bruh. That's the same thing I'm asking you, bruh. That's
Like
why
you
the
think
WNBA ain't going nowhere. That's why it was cat take That's why it's so crazy that people look at Shaq for what he said as being so crazy. Yes, the way he said it to Angel Reese was hella crazy, but what he's saying technically isn't that crazy. The WNBA is going to have to garner some other form of attention, on the court attention, to make more people want to come to the games and actually watch the
But
basketball.
I'm
Other than
like,
that, it's just basketball, and
but like,
NBA is way
just a
above that.
question real quick though. Are more people not watching it?
More people are watching it, but is the product getting any better? The product isn't getting any better. It's just
I'm
WNBA.
saying,
The
do you
moment
have
that Angel
like
Reese and Caitlin Clark stop
when?
playing after the first game of the season, is the WNBA getting any better, or are you literally waiting
But
for
look,
when Caitlin Clark's gonna play?
I'm gonna tell you why that logic doesn't make no sense, because that's how every sports entity operates. You know what dropped after LeBron got eliminated out the playoffs? Ratings.
Right.
every every sports is carried by a star. So no, I shouldn't be like, if Caitlin Clark and Reese died tomorrow with the ratings. Yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah, if Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron say we all done playing today, I promise you ratings is gonna be trash next year. So like, nah, they what they doing is what they posed to be doing.
But they play elite basket. But you're proving my point.
A lot of
That's
people, no, a
elite
lot of people play
basketball.
elite basketball. There's a lot of people playing elite basketball that I don't want to watch. SGA plays elite basketball. Do I want to watch him do that?
No.
Absolutely not.
After 5 years, 10 years of him constantly winning, why not? If you like to watch basketball at an elite level, then that's what you watch. And if you didn't want to watch elite level
I don't like
basketball,
his game.
you would go watch basketball at the playground.
I don't like his game. I would watch basketball at the playground.
But that's what I'm saying.
I go watch me a high school game before I watch SGA.
But that's personal opinion because there's still other people
I don't
coming
think
up
it's a because
in his wave.
I rather
But
watch
look, it's
Ant.
it is personal. But when you got a guy like SGA who's entering his prime, he's been averaging 30 for 3 years in a row, and he still can't sell more jerseys than LeBron James. Yeah, like it is more than what's on
Why
the
we
court.
go straight to LeBron? Why we can't go to Ant?
I
Why
could
we
go
can't go to
anybody. He
Ja
doesn't sell
Morant?
more jerseys than a lot
But
of guys.
I'd
LeBron
rather
James
watch
is the
Ant
He
play.
doesn't
apex.
sell
Okay,
more
so
jerseys than John Morant, and he's a
what
better
makes
player.
what makes me want to watch Ant more than SGA?
Yeah, like yeah. What's the reason? I just seen he wasn't a better player, but why do I want to keep watching that?
The personality outside of basketball.
I don't know about that because I didn't really start hearing Ant talk until last year.
Okay, so you
People
watch
just
him for elite level basketball.
I mean, I like
a little
Ant
bit.
because because he dunk on people and stuff like that. Yes, I do like that.
He dunk on people and stuff like that. So
That's
that's
really
all.
that's
But
really
that's all basketball skill though.
I
that
feel
really
like
kicks it off
personality
though.
goes into it though.
And that's all I'm asking. So how much of the basketball skill and the personable part do you invest in before you become a fan of somebody and that's something that you watch?
I
And
mean, they
how
got to
much of the W
for me to watch it. I gotta like them as a basketball player because like Kevin Durant don't say nothing for real. Everybody like him.
but Kevin
He-
Durant got even more popular after being burner account Kevin.
I feel like Kevin Durant popularity been everything.
I don't think Steph really got too much of a personality.
I think Steph has on court personality.
Yeah, he has
You
his own
just
court personality.
you just see him different places where it's like, dang, Steph does
You,
that
you,
too.
you know what? I think it works both ways. I don't think Caitlin Clark has much off court personality as Andrew Reese, but she has a
Right,
lot of on court personality.
right. Yeah, she just
Like
really good on
she
the
over
court.
there jawing
On the
at you,
court.
shrugging shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like a lot, but you can play elite level basketball, people still not want to watch.
Yeah, like Jason Tatum.
You said what? But
Y'all
I
get
know
this
you ain't.
podcast, man.
That, man, that was crazy.
That's for real. In my opinion, you said SGA. I'm saying Jason Tatum. For Jason Tatum to go for 30 some and they be like, you don't gotta play, sit the whole fourth quarter out. For Steve Kerr to be like, you just won MVP, but I really don't need you. That's what that means. That's exactly what that is.
Hey,
We
bro.
really don't care.
It be like that though. But I'm be honest, bro. From an objective standpoint, the fact that we even talk about it, bro, the WNBA is working, bro. People gotta understand, bro. That they only been around since the '90s.
Right. And they
That's
really
it.
just got kind of popular with
They
them.
just like it's they in the state the NBA was in early in the when they wasn't broadcasting games and stuff. Now they, you know what I'm saying? Now you got to get your stars. You got to market around your stars. They've been great players, but you got to get them out to the world. We got social media now, so now we can just they can just hey, this is the next star, but they just keep putting them in your face on social media, and then you gonna start following them.
Cat take. You know what the problem is? The problem is the men took the runway thing away from the women. I'm good.
You
That
What you
talking
should
about
mean
have been
how
a
runway
people
women's
thing?
dress?
thing. That should have been a women's. Yes, the whole idea of the walking down the tunnel outfit. That should have been a women's thing to appeal to women. And the fact that they did that, like just the guys first, you just took that
But see,
completely away for the women, like to
to me that
introduce
goes
it.
back to Shaq point though. If you walking down that aisle and you got on a business suit as a woman, that ain't gonna make me want to watch it.
And
Put a
that's
bra and
all
some
I'm
booty
saying.
shorts on. I bet
That's
I'll
all I'm
watch it
saying,
though.
bro. I don't want to sound crazy, but the perversion of the
Yeah.
world sells, and that's why we're not watching basketball. I don't want to see Caitlin Clark looking like, I don't know, Poindexter with like long ass basketball shorts on. I don't want to see that. I don't.
I ain't gonna lie. She
But she
had that
does
one.
look like Poindexter.
I know, but I don't want to. I don't even want to watch it. I don't even want to watch it.
I ain't gonna lie. She ain't look too like. I ain't saying she looked
But you
good,
out of
but
pocket.
she
I'm
looked
just
alright when
saying
she
what you
had
about
that.
to say.
When she had that red shirt on with that tan long trim short, she
Police.
looked alright.
Police.
So y'all didn't like that outfit at all?
That's a double take right there, bro.
No, I'm saying y'all didn't
No.
like the
I ain't
outfit
gonna
at
lie.
all.
You talking about the
I've heard
outfit or
way
how she
wilder.
looked in
That's
it?
nothing. I've heard way wilder. That's
The
nothing.
outfit or how she looked in the outfit? Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
So you saying they dress more like ladies walking out? That's
Yes,
probably
if they appeal to women, bro, they need to be more. It's like like the WNBA ain't selling because it's too like y'all trying to be the NBA. You don't need to have
I agree. I
manly
agree.
women. You need to have feminine women who are selling WNBA to women. They
I,
need to be modeling.
I,
That's why Angel Reese, I think, is going to have a great career. She gives another access of what basketball looks like. I can be pretty and play basketball. That's why I think she's gonna work great. And Caitlin Clark plays basketball at
yeah,
a
but
yeah,
at a
see
yeah.
higher
there,
Cat, you
but
level.
cooking
see,
right
I'm
now?
not gonna
Go.
lie. I'm like pro player though. I want to see you play ball. I don't want to see you naked.
Bro, but that's not true because you want to see the personality of Ant-Man. You don't want to watch 40 points from Jason
That
Tatum. Stop lying.
Ant Man is also not a girl.
No, but you said basketball. You
No,
said
that no,
basketball.
no. You said Angel Reese who can be bigger because her off the court, which is modeling and stuff. But I'm the type of nigga like if I see her in lingerie, I'm like, this is why you can't score because you're too busy worrying about putting lingerie on. You should be at practice. I want to see you play ball.
Right, and you can say the same thing about Kaylin. This is why you can't do a
But
centerfold
I think
because you're
Cat's
so
point
busy on the
is,
front.
you already watching right because you want to. You just said you trying to serious play ball. Cat saying, all right, you got that aspect now. Like
Right,
he
right,
talking
right.
about them other people that ain't. You know what I'm saying?
But is
He,
is there is there really too many? Is there? We're not gonna act like it's too many pretty women in the NBA.
In the
I
The
mean,
WNBA,
bro. I
WNBA.
mean, you
It's
can
like
use you can use marketing. All they got to do is get brand deals with products that a lot of women use.
yes, but they don't. They have women
Like
wearing
why does
sweatpants and tracksuits.
Why does Jared McCain have a nail polish endorsement?
And why not Brittany Griner? This is my point. This is my point. You got Brittany Griner selling WNBA.
And
That's not
Why do
selling it.
Brittany Griner keep calling herself the husband? We got to get her.
Bro,
We got to get her out of here.
she literally has been one of the biggest household names in WNBA for the past 10 years. Literally, she got traded for a drug dealer from what's it call it. We're not doing this, bruh. She is literally the face of what women know as WNBA, which is selling what?
I don't
Which
know
is
what
selling what?
Brittany
I'm
Griner
the
selling.
husband. It's selling I'm the husband. Angel Reese doesn't sell I'm the husband. She sells I'm pretty and I play basketball really good too.
Yeah, nah, you cooking, because I don't know what the hell
And
Brittany
that's
Griner at
what's going
this.
to sell basketball. Angel Reese being
Brittany
pretty
Griner,
and them
Brittany Griner
introduced.
selling straps.
That's what,
Oh man,
bro, and
y'all
that's
wow.
not selling. It's not
Y'all,
selling. They're not selling.
So I see what so you
but
said it's too many, it's
listen.
too
I
many
don't.
dykes in there, man.
I'm sorry to say
I'm gonna
it,
play devil's advocate though. I'm gonna play devil's advocate though. If all the women was playing like people in the NBA, would we care about the lingerie and stuff?
but
No.
but that's what I'm talking. They don't. They don't. That's what I'm telling you. The on-court basketball isn't good enough. They have to be more personable, and they're not selling that. I do not want to see Brittany Griner talking about I just had a baby and I'm the dad. What
Yeah,
world are
yeah. I
we
just
in?
had a
No
baby and I'm the
disrespect.
dad, was
No
crazy.
disrespect at all to anybody and how they view their life. But if you want me to view it, I can have my own views on that. You're not selling that to me and saying
so
this is
what
going to
you
be the
expecting?
future.
So what I'm hearing is you're expecting somebody to look like Rihanna to play ball like Caitlin Clark at this point.
Yes, that would sell the WNBA. That would sell the WNBA. She
So what
fine
you
as
saying
shit.
is
She crossed her
You're
up and
saying
she
what you,
fine
you
as
saying
shit.
you want
what
It's
he's
just
saying
women
is
you
we
playing
want
gotta,
Nia Long
basketball.
you want Nia Long to play like LeBron is what you're
I
saying.
want to see
we
Juju Watkins play basketball. What? The same way
yeah,
that we grew up
think
watching
you,
loving basketball, and we saw
yeah,
Sanaa
yeah.
Lathan playing basketball. She wasn't ugly playing basketball. He wasn't playing Brittany Grinder for
But
sweatpants. We're not doing that.
it's not a
Nah, nah, Domo, hold on, bro. Brittany Griner playing for the Sweats is crazy.
We're not doing that, bro. He
no.
plays
But what I'm
Sanaa
saying is
Lathan.
you
She
basically
fine.
saying okay. So what you basically saying is you want Holly Berry to play like Steph. That's
I'm
what you
not
basically
saying play
telling me.
like Steph. I'm not saying play like Steph. I'm saying there
There's
has
only,
to be a balance of the two.
there's only one way to execute this plan, man. They gotta ban the dykes.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying ban. I'm not saying ban the dykes, but it's got to be a balance of the two.
Right.
It's got to be a balance of the two. So it can't be y'all all wearing regulation shorts. Ain't nobody showing
I
no
mean, but
thigh meat.
Yeah,
how
yeah,
cute are you
nah, nah.
expecting? How cute are you expecting somebody to be with no earrings in, no lashes in, no makeup on? Like, what are you
I
really
don't think
expecting?
Well,
I don't
that's
think
how
that's
I
his point,
actually
right?
like my women.
I,
That's how I
I
actually
don't
like my
think
women.
I don't think that's his point, but I get what he's saying, man. Because who is that, bro? Who is that? That I think it was like the draft. Was it? I want to say Paige Beckers, man. Why she had that LeBron draft night suit on, man?
Bro, why? I want to ask you a
That's
question
out
real
of
quick.
pocket.
I want to
Yeah.
ask you a question, not to sound crazy, not to move the topic, but have you watched WWE or any wrestling? Do you know what's
It's
selling right now?
been a while. Yeah,
Them
What's
fine
sell?
women in them bathing suits.
Thank you.
I'm about to say
What's
I ain't seen
selling
no
right
But
now
WWE
but
in
is
I'm
Rhea
about.
saying
Ripley, Jada
that
Parker,
hold on,
Stephanie Backer,
hold on.
cheeks. Stop playing.
Respectfully though, that sport requires you literally. We seen the Rock wrestle in underwear and boots.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
It's
not
a lot
like
easier to, yeah. It's a lot
yeah,
easier to
like
slip
come
that
on
kind of
now.
marketing in there.
If they marketing plan was to play in underwear and
And then there ain't
lingerie,
no Brittany Grinders out there, man.
right?
Bro, but also what I'm saying is seeing Rhea Ripley seeing Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, all these women lift a woman over their heads is like, wow, that's incredible. But on top of that, you're a woman. So you're appealing also. That's the selling point.
But I you
That's
cooking.
the selling point.
I'm not saying you're not
That's why they
cooking.
put grease on niggas and
The
make them look like, oh yeah, you're Hercules. It's the selling point. The selling
it's
point
not
as the
that you're
man
not
is you're
cooking.
soft.
It's not that you're not cooking. It's the problem that the only generally the only women that can do behind the back hezzy spear lay up with the offhand is probably a dyke.
But that's
it's,
the point
probably,
I'm making.
it's probably
That's the
Brittany Griner.
that's the point I'm making, and it's not selling WNBA. It's not pushing it forward.
So what you
It
think they
has to
need to
be a
do? Because
balance.
obviously they can't ban the dykes because they need good basketball.
It
So
has to be a balance.
you think they just gotta like make it more feminine
I
looking?
think I think the
Yes.
problem is though the feminine women gotta want to play the manly sport too. That's
But I
that's
feel like
hard.
WNBA is manly. That's what I'm saying.
That's
You're
what I'm
attaching
saying.
it to
So
NBA.
I can't get the girl that I'm dating to shoot a basketball because she thinks she's too pretty for it.
But it's crazy because I don't know if I've ever dated a girl and didn't go to a basketball court and they didn't shoot a shot. Like pass me the ball.
Yeah, and they airballed it.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter
It
though.
does matter because now it got to be some on type of court activity for
Yeah,
me to
but
still want
Caitlin
to.
Clark didn't just hop on the court and
If that was
start shooting from out
listen
there.
to what I'm saying. Listen, just hear me out. If that was the case, right? Angel Reese is probably the cutest thing coming out of college. If Juju get there, whatever. Now the fact that we think Angel Reese is cute, we seen lingerie. What's the main topic now that we not fucking with her? She sucks. You still gotta play basketball, bro. At the end of the day, you still gotta play basketball.
Yeah, it has to be a balance, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It has to be a balance.
Because as cute as she is, tall, she doing this podcast, we all just saying she trash. That's it. You
Right.
still gotta play ball.
But also we're saying why she's trash. There's possible
I'm
reasons
not
why
gonna
she's
lie, that
trash.
the reason she's trash though, I feel like that can be fixed. Like you just gotta know where your putback points are, where to put the ball in the hoop. Cause like offensive rebounds and stuff like that, that's a great quality to have. But if you can't put that ball in the rim, you could rebound all you want.
Yeah, I think she's trash because she's trying to reach incentives because they don't make enough money. And I say this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The WNBA can be a lot better, but they'll
But yeah,
figure it out.
man.
It has to be a balance.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all stuck around 46 people in the building. Y'all get
Shout
this
out to y'all,
podcast.
man.
Shout out Trey Boogie for pulling up. Show shot had to get up out of here. We was on this thing for 2 hours, man.
Hey man, we had Trey Boogie on here, episode 30. Show shout
Salute.
out.
Yeah,
Episode
we got to
30.
get up out of here. 2 hours is crazy.
That's enough, man. That's enough. Episode 30, man. Y'all
But
go get this
just to
podcast.
summarize, man, they need to play better, and let's see where Trump going with these cuts, man.
Man, 32 hours, man.
Yeah.
Them,
Y'all get this
them bills ain't
podcast,
going down,
man.
man. Y'all can
Episode
get this
30. 30 of them things.
30.
All right, man. Y'all boys be safe, man.